You still struggle.
We are here live. This is Hoops and Brews, man. How y'all doing out there? It's your boy TPJ. As always, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram at RealTPJ. That's ReelTPJ. It's a film joke if you don't get it, you damn W. It is Friday night. We are here. We are live. We are back. Pavy, what's good, bro? How you feeling? How you living out there?
I am good. Are you drinking or are you not drinking today?
I'm drinking. I didn't drink yesterday.
I
didn't drink
I do
yesterday.
have wine.
I didn't drink yesterday. What I've been trying to do since since I'm like back to like work, job shit. I've been trying to drink a little bit less.
I respect it.
On the weekdays, but like I'm still drinking on the weekends. But also like I mean I don't really need to. By the time I be getting off work, man, I be tired as hell. So usually I have like if I have a beer or a glass of wine, I'm done after that. I'm like ready to go to sleep, bro. Like. For real, bro. I can't imagine when this damn baby get here, bro. I'm gonna be like, God damn. So
I respect it.
So yeah, but I'm drinking. I'm definitely drinking. I'm double fisting actually.
I actually should make me a drink. I have wine.
Yeah, I actually got cranberry vodka right here. And I got an IPA 6-pack that I bought right here.
I ain't had IPA in a minute.
Yeah, Eli came over last week and brought me some tequila, but then like they enacted the curfew like mad fast. So like we like walked the streets, protest for a little bit, and then literally the man's had to go home by the time we got back, so we couldn't even
drink it.
Yeah, exactly. So this man, but he's out here paranoid. Like, man, should we get COVID tested? Like, relax, bro. Even like it's been 2 days, G. Like 2-3 days.
You wouldn't know in 2 days. Even if you had it, you're probably fine, bro. Like I've been watching stuff. Think they in New York you can find a video. I think they
also smoke a lot of weed, so it's like, I mean, I'm sorry if you know me personally and you're like, damn, really? But yeah, like so.
They didn't
officially.
They didn't. Well, they was doing a thing in New York. They didn't officially drop the mortality rate, but they estimate the mortality rate is more so around like 1%. Same within Spain, they dropped the mortality rate to I think 1.1%.
Okay.
So it's like if you did have, I mean, you may not know. You might have had it already. Like who even knows? But
yeah, I mean, I personally, all conspiracy theories aside, I think I had it after All-Star Weekend. I think after all of them parties, like. Which is messed up because at that point in time, they weren't advising us that, that if you had it or anything about it. So, I had it and was still like living life thinking it was like just thinking like, wow, man, like I got the flu again or something. But also I was like, man, this don't feel like the flu, but it felt different. But also like I get a lot of sinus infections and stuff. So because of my allergies are bad. So this air in LA has been trash forever. The day I got off the plane, I was like, damn, why my nose stuffed up? When I go back to Chicago, I breathe so much easier. Like, literally, I can breathe so much easier in Chicago because the air quality is just so much better in Chicago. So, like, I mean, I don't know. But also, it's been hot as hell in LA. It's been hot as hell in LA for the past week. So, if you've been out there and you've been, marching and protesting and doing all of that stuff, you might just honestly have heat stroke. Also, as well as yelling and screaming for hours as you walking down the street in the middle of the heat. You know what I mean? That's it. They're not out there giving out water bottles and snacks and electrolytes to everybody for no reason. You know what I mean? It's a reason why, to make sure you don't get sick for a heat stroke or anything like that. So, don't immediately jump to conclusions. Just relax, incubate yourself, quarantine if that's what you want to do. That's what you need to do, even though the rest of the world right now is open right now. I see they doing temperature checks at the Bellagio. Like when you walk,
I saw somebody outside.
They scan your forehead like you a piece of like you an item at Target.
I saw somebody outside Chicago doing hookah. Yeah, like, I feel like hookah is the wrong thing to do right now, but hookah is what I'm not doing. Like hookah
is like always hella participants.
Yeah, hookah is what I'm not doing, yo. Every mouth and hands and everybody grabbing the same thing, kind of straight off hookah.
Yeah. But, man, anyways, we back at it. The NBA is officially set to return with 22 teams. They expect Game 7 of the NBA Finals to occur on, October 12th or 13th?
October. I thought it was October 15th or 13th, something like that.
Let me see. Let me actually go back and let me double check. I thought it was the 12th. Let's see. Let's double check. The NBA Board of Governors approves 22 teams returning to play. This is according to the NBA. With a tentative start date of Friday, July 31st, the board's approval is the first step among many required to resume the season. But although all of it is pretty much passed, since this article was written, it says, based on the competitive format that the NBA Board of Governors approved today, the 22 returning teams would be the 16 teams, 8 per conference, in current playoff positions, and the 6 teams that are currently 6 or fewer behind the 8th seed in their respective conferences. Those two groups comprise of teams with the NBA's 22 best records. So basically, the season would restart with 8 seeding games for each returning team that would include the possibility of a play-in tournament for the 8th and final playoff seed in each conference, pending on combined records across regular season games and seeding games. Once the 16 NBA playoff field is set, the NBA playoffs would proceed in a traditional conference-based format with 4 rounds and best-of-7 series in each round. The NBA Finals would end no later than October 12th, and if as tentatively scheduled, the season resumes on July 31st, then the 2020 draft lottery would be rescheduled for August 25th. And the draft would be held on the 5th, and the 2020 regular season would likely begin December 1st, 2020. And this is an official release from the NBA. Basically, it says that the traditional, playoff format will include the best, 7 of series in every round. And also, I saw that Michael Jordan was the reason for that decision. He said that he didn't want to see a truncated version, that to just do the real thing. So I think that it's all very, very interesting. The 22 teams that are, that will be returning, I'll read it. The 22 teams are the Milwaukee Bucks, the Toronto Raptors, the Boston Celtics, the Miami Heat, the Indiana Pacers, the Philadelphia 76ers, the Brooklyn Nets, the Orlando Magic, the Washington Wizards. From the Eastern Conference, and from the Western Conference, we have the Lakers, the Clippers, the Denver Nuggets, the Utah Jazz, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Houston Rockets, the Dallas Mavericks, the Memphis Grizzlies, the Portland Trail Blazers, the New Orleans Pelicans, the Sacramento Kings, the San Antonio Spurs, and the Phoenix Suns from the Western Conference. Each team returning would play 8 seeding games as selected from its remaining regular season matchup. At the conclusion of the seeding games, the 7 teams in each conference with the best combined records across regular season games and seeding games will qualify for the playoffs. If the team with the 8th best combined record in its conference is more than 4 games ahead of the team with the 9th best record in the same conference, then the team with the 8th best record would earn the 8th playoff seed. If the team with the 8th best combined record in its conference, Team A, is 4 games or fewer ahead of the team with the 9th best record in the same conference, Team B, then teams A and B would compete in a play-in tournament to determine the 8th playoff seed. To earn the 8th playoff seed, Team A would need to defeat Team B once, and Team B would need to defeat Team A 2 games in a row. And then that would bring on the regular playoff format. So that sounds mad complicated, but it's really not. It's basically saying that if they close or whatever, then they're gonna have a play-in tournament, and basically the team that's got the lower record has to beat them twice in a row in order to make the playoffs. And if you are the team with the better record, you only have to win 1 game because you're essentially ahead. So that would be your playoff game. So basically, you play 1 do or die game, and then you play 2 do or die games. Basically, is essentially what that is. If you have to duke it out for the 8th seed, I think the real point of that was to kind of give Zion, the Lion, and the Pelicans the opportunity to be able to make the playoffs. I think it also was to give the guys like Devin Booker the opportunity to make the playoffs, as well as Bradley Beal, who I'm going to be so mad if he makes 3rd All-NBA because he made the playoffs with this janky-ass format.
Going to make All-NBA 3rd team, bro.
But, Pavy, what is your reaction to the NBA returning? How do you feel about everything?
I'm interested to see how it'll work. Excited about it. I'm happy that at least we get to see a conclusion.
You don't sound excited about it.
I'm excited about it. Like, I'm happy that we at least get to see a conclusion. I think that the first couple of games will be a little bit weird, obviously, just because guys haven't played in however many months. I think that once it warms up, I'm excited about it. Also, the play-in format, I kind of like it. You know, I want to like see it actually done. But that's something that if it goes well, I wouldn't mind sticking around anyway. I mean, you've seen certain scenarios in which you kind of did have play-in games. Like remember the year, I think it was when Denver and the T-Wolves duked it out for like the AC.
Yeah.
Remember when like Russ put the Nuggets out the playoffs that one year. During his MVP year when he hit that three. So you've seen like kind of the play-in style. It just wasn't exactly named a play-in game. So that's something that I wouldn't actually mind seeing. Like I said, I think that that's something that could stick around. But yeah, I'm excited to see how it works. Hopefully, you know, everybody can go through it and be healthy. I think that knowing a little bit more about the virus, I think that, you know, it's not as mysterious to us now. Granted, you still don't want to get it, but getting it isn't automatically a death sentence anymore, or like you don't think it is anymore. At least, like, you know, 4 or 5 months ago, you really had no idea what it was. You know, I think now we have a little bit more information. I think we know a little bit more how to treat it, and a little bit more how to, you know, keep your immune system healthy to even prevent it a little bit.
Yep. On the echinacea.
Yeah, so that vitamin D as well. I'm interested to see how they'll do the coaches. You know I saw one thing that said the coaches might not be on the bench because they're older coaches. So I'm interested to see how they do the coaches and how they make it all work.
I already said how they should do it. I said it on one of these shows that we did. I said that they need to go ahead and they need to make it like hockey, make it like an icebox style type of thing. And if they're going to really pump in 2K noise like Sham said, you know, during the game, which is going to be hilarious, by the way, hilarious that they're going to be pumping in noise from NBA 2K. But if they are going to be pumping in fan noise from NBA 2K, then you can actually have the coaches in a box on the sidelines. Like, I think nothing, you know what I mean? Like, have you ever seen how, like, when the players usually in the NHL come to the sideline, the coach is still in the box and they usually standing on the ice? Well, you just put a metal sheet in front of it and put some holes in it. Or put a filter in front of it or something like that. Or, like I said, have the coaches be in a booth like in the NFL, and then when they come to the sidelines, they have headsets. And then they can only put the headsets, and then they can only put the headsets on during a timeout. And instead of a normal bench, what you do is you have them all in little booths on the sideline that are like not necessarily 6 feet away from each other, but not where like you have a protective shield in front of them. And then if they want to huddle up before then they can huddle up before, but like they're not going to spend a whole huddle crowded around in a circle yelling and screaming like they usually normally are because they screaming over the thing. You just had a coach in there like football. They call in the plays through the headphones, and they can yell. Trust me, Pop yelling and screaming, "What the fuck are you doing?" through their headphones is gonna sting just as much as it would if he was standing on the sidelines, because you know it means even more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So personally, that's what I think they should do.
But yeah, I'm just excited to see how it'll work personally, and like I said, I'm happy that we get to have a conclusion to the season. You know, I think that this playoffs was shaping up to be one of the better ones in recent memory, mostly because you just didn't know what was gonna happen, and there were so many storylines. So I'm happy that we at least get to continue the season.
There's no asterisks on the season, also, by the way.
I mean, because whoever win it gotta win it.
No, because everybody who was going to be in the playoffs or had the potential to make the playoffs currently has the potential to make the playoffs. This gives everybody essentially equal footing to make the playoffs if they come in and they ball out. It really does. It does.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's an asterisk regardless, unless they would have like done something super funky with like the playoff standings or something like that. They would have completely altered everything. Then I'd have been like, all right, that's a little bit weird. But if you win it, you win it. You still got to go out there and play the basketball games. You know, like the same team, like everybody else got the same opportunity as you.
If LeBron wins this, then I will never question him being the number 2 greatest basketball player of all time. I don't think he'll pass Jordan. I still need him to. I need him to finish his career 500 in rings in order for him to be, on the same level as Jordan. Because then that means not only did he play longer than Jordan and accumulate more stats, but he also went out there and he balled enough to continue to rack up more rings. But I don't want to see him do it as a number 2. If AD come out in his playoffs and average like 30 and 20 and like 3 blocks, and Bron just averaging 22 and 10 and like 7 rebounds, I don't want to hear that.
Just 22, 10, and 7 is a wild thing to say.
That's not LeBron.
22, 10, and 7 is pretty damn good,
22 and 10 is not LeBron.
22 and 10 is great. That's great
LeBron.
Numbers. That's
10
great
assists,
numbers.
22 and 10 assists is not LeBron.
LeBron ain't never averaged.
If AD come out and average 30 and 20. 80 is the best player on this team.
First of all, 80 is not averaging 30 and 20.
Yes, he will. Yes, he
will.
No,
he's not.
Yes, he will.
No, he's not.
Yes, he will.
No, he's not.
Yes, he
80
will.
gonna smooth average about like 29 and 12.
I believe
he's not averaging 30 and 20 for a series, dog. He's not averaging 30 and 20 for a series, bro. No.
I believe in that, man.
That's like Shaq type numbers, bro.
He can do that. Who can stop him?
Who can stop him in the West? No, he cannot.
Who can stop him?
Himself.
They said Nikola Jokic got a six-pack. I'll believe it when I see it. If this man come back looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger, then But other than that, who can stop him?
He's not averaging.
Can't nobody
30
stop
20,
that man.
Bro. He's not averaging 30 and 20. You know how hard it is to average 30? Giannis not going to average 30 and 20.
You wild
for
as hell.
A series Giannis, in the finals.
For a series in the finals?
He's not averaging 30 and 20 for a series in the finals. He might average 30 and 14. Nah, he ain't averaging 30 and 20.
He can average 30 and 17.
Debatable. Depending on who they play.
Still better than Bron. Watch.
Depending on who they play.
Watch. This is actually, I bet you a six-pack that AD is going to win Finals MVP over LeBron if the Lakers win the championship.
Okay. I don't disagree.
All right, well then if you don't disagree, then never mind then. We don't need to it's going to happen. So, like, if LeBron is still the dog he is, I want to see him win that Finals MVP.
I don't think that matters.
I want to see him guard Giannis in the finals.
I don't think that matters. As long
I
as
want to see him guard Giannis in the finals.
I don't think that matters.
Mano because his fans talked all that shit during the regular season. I want to see it in the playoffs, big fella. I want to see LeBron go out there and play defense, big fella.
As long as you don't go out there and get drugged across the finish line, I don't think it matters.
Like that again, LeBron mean where he
again, this season, I think Brown was still giving you 25, 10, whatever he was. Still great numbers, and you're not getting, again, like I said, as long as you're not getting drugged across the finish line, I don't think that matters, bro.
I think
also I personally think the Finals MVP is kind of overrated award, and I've said that a lot.
Why is it overrated?
Because it's just based off it's basically based off matchups. It's like who had the best matchup for 7 games. Like it doesn't mean you're the best player on the team, just mean you had the best matchup for 7 games.
So you admit that Steph Curry was more valuable to Kevin Durant?
What? No, he wasn't.
He was.
No, he was. No, listen. He was. No, listen. No, he wasn't. But I don't use it as a slight on Steph because he doesn't have a Finals MVP. I don't think that doesn't really matter to me much. He's still a 2-time MVP. He's still one of the best point guards to lace him up. They definitely don't get put in that position at all without Steph. Kevin Durant not even there without Steph Curry. So, no, I think that Kevin Durant deserved those Finals MVP awards. Also, even looking back, I caught Game 4. Well, either Game 4 or Game 3 of no, it was Game 4. Pretty sure it was Game 4. Or one of those games anyway. Up to 2015 Finals, I think when Iggy came in and had 21 points. Like, I understand why Iggy won it, but I don't use any of those things to slight Steph because he didn't win a Finals MVP. I just think that's personally, if you're gonna use something to slight him, I think that's stupid. That part of it is stupid. I don't think Finals MVP awards matter like that to me.
So then, what would you use to slight him?
At this point, nothing.
I love it.
You've done what you've done.
I love it. It's beautiful.
Beautiful. I mean, if we was ranking players, I wouldn't put him in my top 10 all the time. But I think he's, like I said, if Glasses was here, he'd say Bob Cousy. I'm not gonna say Bob Cousy.
No.
But I'm gonna say Steph Curry is second greatest point guard to play basketball.
Look.
He could reach up the first. Movement, I don't think he will.
The first one in the '60s didn't even happen when that man Bob Cousy was. No, G. I'm cool on that.
The Civil Rights Act was not signed yet.
Exactly, G. No, G. No, fam. I don't want to hear about no Bob Cousy, G. No.
So, I wouldn't.
It's like telling me Babe Ruth is better than Barry Bonds. No.
That's a little bit different. Babe Ruth was hard,
they was not throwing 100 miles an hour back then.
I mean, they wasn't, but
gas now. They hitting 108, 109 on the odometer.
I mean, like, yeah, but same time, like, you got to contextualize what Babe Ruth did and when he did it, and it's pretty crazy. I think. I don't even remember. I don't even know what Babe Ruth stats were.
He wasn't playing against no Negroes.
He wasn't playing against black people.
Exactly. He wasn't playing against no Hispanics. He wasn't playing against none of the Japanese or Chinese players because them Japanese and Chinese players are cold as fuck. In terms of baseball, China and Japan have always had good teams and good players. That's the reason why you can get an Ichiro. That's the reason why you can get a Kosuke Fukudome. That's the reason why you can get a
who?
Kosuke Fukudome.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, he used to. I think he played for the Cubs.
I'll take your word for it.
Hold on a minute. Kosuke Fukudome. He is a Japanese baseball player. He played with the Cubs. Yeah, he played with the Cubs. Kosuke
I'll take
Fukudome.
your word for it.
Yeah, so like you don't like those players are in the league for a reason because they're cold. But I don't even know what we was talking about. But anyways, let's go ahead. What I want to talk about is because the fans wanted to know. So before we get hop back into the NBA, I want to talk about the other league that currently exists, the WNBA. What do you think about the WNBA? I just read a report that says that the WNBA is contemplating a return to their season in late July. It's reported July 24th is the rumored date that's floating around. I know you cover the Sparks. What are your thoughts on the WNBA season? How do you think that it will work out working in conjunction with the NBA season? And do you think that this is a good thing for women's basketball?
I think that it's imperative that they play this year. Like they have to play this year. I think it would be a huge. I don't want to say misstep because there's obviously real stuff going on in our world. So I don't want to use the word misstep, but a huge step back if they didn't play this year, especially coming out of the season that they had last year. I think that last year was probably one of the more. I don't know if I've ever seen more interest around the league in outside of its conception and the first couple of years of the league than what they had last year. You even seeing like the highlights floating around. I thought the playoffs last year was dope. I thought the Washington Mystics winning was good for the game, especially the way they won. Shooting a whole bunch of threes, playing a really modern style of basketball instead of the style that a lot of other teams would play, which seemed to me like a little bit more 2000s, 90s type of basketball. Like Washington Mystics actually played like it was 2020 and shot the ball. Everybody shot the ball. I think that's what the WNBA needs to do more. Everybody needs to shoot. Even the tallest players are like point guard size in the NBA. Shoot the ball, bro. Everybody need to be shooting. There's no reason why teams shouldn't be putting up 35 threes a game. Everybody should. Shooting should be the number one premium in the WNBA. So I think that they have to play. I think that this was the first year where you had a real off season. You could actually talk about them in the off season. They had an actual free agency.
Playing.
Huh?
I said Sabrina Ionescu is. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. Ionescu.
Yes, it is. Sabrina's going to be playing. She's like bringing in a Zion to the NBA. I personally think she should already be a top 10, top 15 player in the league. She's probably already one of the top 10 most famous women's athletes in America right now. I don't know about the world, but at least in America, it has to be one of the top 10 most famous athletes. Like I said, you finally have super teams now. DeWanna Bonner went over to Connecticut. Krista Tolliver came to the Sparks. Skylar Diggins went to Phoenix and teamed up with Diana Taurasi and Brittany Griner. So I think they have this year. Also, you only have 12 teams, which makes things a little bit easier. It's not like you dealing with 20 teams.
It's a 22 game season is what's being reported.
Yeah.
So that's 22 games for that whole season. The only thing is I don't know how they're gonna do what the fuck was I gonna say? I don't know how they're gonna do their playoffs. Do you think they go with a traditional playoff format?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's not like they rounds was. I mean, they had single game.
They do have single game elimination. Yeah, and then it's like
for the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, never mind.
It's 5 and 5.
Yeah, the NBA playoffs is short. I forget about that.
Yeah.
The Sparks got sent home with the swiftness.
Shit. So I think they'll be fine. And again,
I'm really mad though because I really wanted to cover the NBA playoffs, and now it doesn't look like we'll be able to do that, which is unfortunate.
I mean, unless you want to go to Florida.
I mean, I don't know if they're gonna give us access to go to Florida.
They're not giving us access to go to Florida most likely. If they did, I'd be.
If they did, I would go because I could work from home. I could work from home, and I will be literally.
Take my ass to Florida.
Hey, bro.
I smooth take my ass to Florida.
I'm consultant. I can work from home. I can work from anywhere. I can work from Japan. I don't give a damn.
I would put a mask on, gloves on, go take my ass in there.
I'll be in there like the mask.
but
bright ass
again,
suit on like Craig Sager. Go ahead, my bad.
but again, like I said, I think it's important that they play the season. Also, I think that the world is starving. Well, okay, I don't know about the world is starving because again, there's so much other stuff going on. But I think the world wants entertainment. There hasn't. I mean, it's not like there's new TV shows on for the most part. You know, so if you can put together some live sports, I think people will watch it. And again, like I said, I just think the WNBA was building a fan base, well, a even bigger fan base, going off last year. And I think you have to play this season. I don't think you can let the momentum die down, and I don't think you can afford to miss, 2 years of WNBA basketball. And luckily for them, they had a month break put in for the Olympics anyway.
Yeah.
So the Olympics got canceled, so you can just take that month and actually play games.
Yeah,
And like I
because the
said, there's
month break
12
was
teams.
supposed to be from June to
Uh,
July anyways, correct?
no, not June. It was like July to like September
Have you been
because
on any of
August was
those
for the
press
Olympics.
conference calls lately?
Yeah, I was. We was on one with TRP yesterday when she was speaking about police brutality because her cousin actually got killed by a off-duty cop. I think like 7 or 8 years ago.
Wow, that's really unfortunate.
So yeah, we had a conference call with her
How was that?
about 2 days
Did you
ago.
ask her a question?
Yeah, I just asked her what did she think. Is there any like regulations or laws that you could do to maybe prevent some of these situations from happening? She
Yeah.
didn't really have an answer. She was just like, I mean, I don't really know how you. I mean, how you regulate that. I was like, it's fair, it's respectable.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
If you don't know, is if I have no problem with someone being like, "Yo, I don't know."
yeah. So
I'm perfectly fine with somebody saying, "I don't know," but I know, I know. I'm fine with people saying, I know what's going on is wrong, but I don't necessarily. I'm not the person to have the ideas to fix it. We need to get the people that do this to be the ones to fix it. So I respect that. I
yeah,
respect that a lot.
but yeah, I've been on some of the conference calls, and like I said, and also for like the just getting into it for like the Sparks this season. I was excited to see Chrissy Tolliver play. I wish it could have been in person. Also, Simone Augustus, somebody that I remember watching when she was at LSU, and I was in high school. And I think that the way that they built their team, I think that they're kind of going for it all this season.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they added a lot of veterans pretty much. And also I think that the one thing that will help the Sparks out is the fact that I don't think there'll be much practice time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they have a team with a lot of veterans that you don't really have to coach up too much. I think that they just know how to go out there and play basketball.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, I think it's very important that they play this season. It's only 12 teams. They should be able to do it. And I would like to see it.
Yeah, me personally, I think that they definitely should play the season. I honestly, it's to the point now where like Alyssa Thomas is like a folk like legend to me. Like she's playing with two torn labrums.
Two torn labrums.
Like this man PG still ain't right. All coming back from them two torn labrums, and she out there still playing, out rebounding the Sparks in double digits in the playoffs. It's crazy. So I really had a lot of fun that last WNBA season. The thing that I really like about the WNBA season is that the league is a little bit smaller. So us being Hoops and Brews, obviously, like when we are at the other games, like we got to deal with like we are in competition with the ESPNs, the Athletics, the Bleacher Reports, all of them for the footage and the interviews and all that stuff like that. But when you at the WNBA games, because it's such a more like smaller environment and a smaller league, the access to the players is different. You also get the opportunity, I personally feel like, to because their venues aren't as large as the NBA venues are, right? They don't necessarily always have designated areas for press opportunities and stuff. So as a filmmaker, when I'm there shooting the interviews, because usually when I go, I'm more so there to film the interviews versus you. You're more of you're a reporter. You're more reporting. I'm more there to like do interviews and like film behind the scenes stuff and that kind of stuff. And you do more of like the asking questions and talking to the players. You know what I mean? So I'm always looking for like good camera angles and good ways to get off to the side so that way I can get some footage that looks great. So when I'm shooting WNBA stuff, because it's not always a bunch of people there in the way, and it's always like a few good outlets there, it makes it easier to shoot. So I really actually enjoyed covering the WNBA playoffs last year. Honestly, a little bit more than I enjoyed covering the NBA playoffs. And I got to see KD drop a 50 ball and talk to KD after the game and talk to Steve Kerr and talk to Draymond Green and talk to Klay Thompson and talk to Doc Rivers and talk to Patrick Beverly and talk to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So, like, I had a good run in the playoffs, but that WNBA playoffs, as someone who was there kind of, accompanying you, helping you to get content and make sure everything is, kind of we can get what we need in terms of coverage, I really enjoyed myself. I'm not going to lie. So I'm glad that they're going to have the playoffs. I think it's unfortunate that we won't be able to be behind the scenes because it'll probably be more closed off stuff, probably be played in high school gyms, which is unfortunate, but I mean, it is what it is. So I just hope that the competition is still good and they can figure out a way to, to have some form of entertainment during the games that will keep the viewers interested. Because with the NBA, kind of the commercials, the analysis, the Twitter convo, all of that kind of is like entertainment within itself during the, the game. The WNBA kind of during commercial breaks, I don't really know what goes on. You know what I mean? So I don't, in terms of the conversation and stuff. So if I'm them, I personally think that they need to do a lot more of like stuff that's integrated and try to do a lot more integrated marketing and get little special random concerts and stuff, sponsored by people that are in, kind of within the community of LA and by brands, because like they always have people performing and the Sparks games are always very entertaining. And I think they should look at, talk to the Sparks staff about like entertaining during the games and figuring out how to like build stuff where like when you watching the NBA and you see that arena cam, kind of like that, but for like the fans that will be at home watching it. So that way, if you aren't a casual watcher of the WNBA, you have other stuff to interact with when the game is in timeout. You can see the stats, you can see the performances during that. You can see like some ads built in and stuff. I just think that they have to come back and they have to do a good job of presenting the sport. But I feel the same way about the NBA because I think the NBA can come back and it can be very boring to watch all them games. Like legit. It can. I honestly think it can have the potential to feel like how it is when you watching us play pickup basketball, because to me the crowd, yeah, but it's not the same, bro. It's not the same. It's not the same, G. It's not.
I mean, I hear you, but like I don't mind. Like again, me being the person I am, I don't mind hearing them call out defensive coverages. I literally don't mind that.
But yeah, you say you don't mind that until you actually got to sit there and watch it, and the entertainment value of the sport is not the same. That is the reason why they are trying to get the noise from 2K and stuff, because they have to simulate that. Like the reason why we enjoy sports so much is because of the crowd in the background. Because the crowd in the background is no, wait a minute, listen to what I'm saying. Because the crowd in the background a lot of the times is an embodiment of the people at home that are actually watching the game. So when players are hitting shots and they're doing things that are spectacular, the entertainment value that comes with seeing people in the background react while you're reacting and seeing that, it adds a different level of competition to it. That's also the reason why I think a lot of people don't like esports, because it kind of, you feel so removed from all of it because there is no crowd. And usually if there is a crowd, you don't ever really see the crowd because you see these dudes on the stage with these computers. And that's why traditional sports fans don't like esports. So I just hope that they don't sanitize the product and that they continue to keep the entertainment value of the product high and try to figure out some ways to keep people entertained during the game. Because with no crowd and no other extra noise there, I've been to WNBA games in a high school arena. It don't sound all that great when it ain't that many fans. I couldn't imagine being 15 people there. I was there when it was like 400 people there, 500 people. I couldn't imagine being 15 people there. That sounds terrible. Nobody wants to hear bang, 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 bang with the reverb in the background. So they got to figure that out.
I also think it's going to be more than 15 people.
In both leagues, though.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if those NBA games do have fans, just in a very, very small capacity. Especially if I even saw Florida's governor says, somebody reported that Florida's governor said he anticipated fans to be eventually integrated into sports. So I really wouldn't be shocked, especially depending on how big these arenas are. Like if these arenas are 10,000, seating arenas, you can fit 1,000 people in there safely, especially, and spread them out. Like you can do that, kind of across the arena. So I wouldn't be shocked if fans actually end up at some of these games. I really wouldn't be shocked.
I don't think they should allow it.
I mean, I feel you, but I wouldn't be shocked if it happened.
The reason why Adam Silver had to kind of retract a little bit and backpedal a little bit on his statement about older coaches potentially not being able to go and play, or not being able to go and coach, is because there is an ageism factor that factor that goes into all this. But also, even with that being said, regardless of the ageism, it's going to be a lot of different people there. I've watched a lot of UFC fights, and there have been no fans there. There have only been media. The homie that we know, the Schmo. Shout out to Dave. Shout out to the Schmo. He's there. He's there, but usually when he's there, he's way up high in the media press box, or like way in the middle, way far back, and it's nobody else in there. I don't know, and it's only two guys usually in the ring in a UFC fight. I don't know how that's gonna work in terms of the NBA with them trying to work that out, having fans there, bro. Like, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of breath. It's a lot of breath. It's a lot of breath. And some of them players from Alabama tested positive for coronavirus. Am I right? Yeah, I believe it was Alabama. Alabama. Hold on, wait a minute.
Who are we talking about?
Some NCAA players today in a football team, or some football team players had coronavirus. Hold on, let me see.
I can see you can make everybody put a mask on and like sit.
Yeah, several.
Sit them 2 seasons.
Several University of Alabama football players test positive for COVID-19. So I don't know, if I'm the NBA, you gotta kind of mitigate the amount of risk that you have. I don't know.
But like I said, if you have a 10,000 seat arena, you can put them in like maybe the 200 level. Make sure everybody has a mask on, and we'll make it required that you wear a mask and sit everybody 2 seats apart from each other, unless they bought tickets together and then sit everybody 2 or 3 seats apart from each other. This depends on how big the arena is.
Yeah,
I don't know how big the arena is. If it's obviously it's not gonna be Staples Center size arena. If you had a Staples Center size arena, you could do that. Sit everybody like 200 level. Say nobody can be 100 level. Sit everybody 200 level. Make sure everybody got a mask on. Sit them 2 seats apart from each other.
Yeah.
2 to 3 seats apart from each other.
Yeah.
Now, whether that happens or not, I don't know. But I wouldn't be shocked if fans end up at some of these games.
Yeah, it's interesting. This man, this Drew Brees situation is number one, hilarious.
I didn't even listen to what Drew Brees said, bro.
Number two,
I cut the quote on and cut that shit immediately off.
Number two, Trump kind of came at the man. So, so Trump came at Drew Brees on Twitter. Trump told you, hold on, let me see. Because actually, what do you think about these athletes speaking up during this time? Hold on 1 second.
If they got something good to say, great. I don't think I've read one athlete or one celebrity's comment on all of this. I genuinely do not care. I want to hear from the people that actually legitimately matter and actually have the power to legitimately actually make change. Like, I know one morning people woke up and was discussing Trina's social commentary. I promise you, I'm not listening to Trina's social commentary, bro.
Gee, Trina's got the worst social commentary.
She probably does.
I've seen excerpts of it on the timeline. I'm like, gee, what? But
I did not listen.
But also, I didn't engage with it because I don't care. This Drew Brees thing, I can't help but engage in it because I feel bad for a lot of these athletes. I feel bad for a lot of these guys. Like, even a lot of these young kids that are going to a lot of these NCAA institutions with these coaches that, that feel like their black life don't matter, but they cash in a paycheck because they getting the ability to coach them. If you one of these black athletes right now, you speaking up and stuff like that, your scholarship right now might not be ruined, but that don't mean that like a year down the line, they not going to remember that and they not going to use that against you, or they can't levy that against you. So I think it's mad interesting in terms of all of this stuff that's going on with all these athletes, especially in the NFL, because I feel like the NFL is the one league where literally African Americans don't have any power beyond the field, really. I mean, Mike Tomlin is a great coach. But there are only 4 African American coaches and I think 2 African American GMs in the NFL, but the majority of the players in the NFL are African American.
I mean, I don't think majority of the players in the NFL have power besides quarterbacks in general. I think there's only maybe about 10 players in the league that have actual power, because I think the
That's
NFL.
Also why I said they should go start their own league.
Yeah,
all the black players should leave and go start their own league.
Nah, I don't think that's going to happen.
I guarantee you it'd be a bunch of white players join them.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
I think it
could happen, but it's going to take a lot of infrastructure, and I don't think people want to put in all that work.
Hey, I would call up if I was every black player in the NFL, literally. The only problem is a lot of them took upfront money. So the ones that took that upfront money gonna have to get that back. But
that's gonna take a lot of infrastructure and a lot of money that I don't think they're gonna want to.
But even with that being said, If a league like the XFL was guaranteed that they was gonna get 100 NFL players, you can't tell me that it wouldn't be a bunch of people lining up willing to invest billions of dollars worth of equity to make that work.
I don't know about that.
What do you mean? The XFL was off to a good start last year.
How much?
Year before
Yeah,
coronavirus.
but how much were they getting paid?
If they get 100 of the top NFL black players, you telling me the XFL wouldn't be much watch TV? If the top 100 black players in the NFL left the NFL because they was like, yo, we not rocking.
Do they have, yes, but does the XFL have the exact same facilities? Are they going to be getting paid the same? These are
not the point. But what if you were them players and you get to share in on their revenue in a way that you couldn't do before in the NFL?
Yeah, but are you still making the same amount of money? Or are you making less? Is the signing bonus still the same? Yeah, but are the marketing opportunities still the
That's not the point of it, though. That's not the point of it, though, because then essentially, like all these like I be saying about all these motherfuckers, then you selling your soul for a goddamn dollar. Then literally, then you selling your soul for a goddamn dollar. Because if there are other, what do you mean? You can't shrug if there are other entities available that don't feature the same prejudices that your current league is featuring. And you can also have a more equitable share in that league. And also, even with that being said, the NFL is known for having the weakest collective bargaining agreement. So even with them having the weakest collective bargaining agreement, if you're NFL players, you don't really have rights anyways. What if they can negotiate guaranteed contracts and stuff like that? Even these guys earning $500,000 a year, being able to have their contracts guaranteed for the whole year or guaranteed for 4 years. That kind of stuff.
I think
matters.
that you would be able to get some players, but as far as like the top players who are getting more of the money, I don't think that's gonna happen. Like, I hear
that's why we ain't gonna never go nowhere, because we too busy worried about other people building our own shit. You cannot tell you that it don't make sense how it's only 4 black coaches and 2 black GMs and it's 32 teams in the league, but the whole league is full of predominantly black players.
I didn't say I disagree with you. I didn't say I disagree with you, but my thing is this. Again, you're not going to go from a $50 million contract to a $10 million. Most people are not going to do that. Now, you will have some that will really care that much that the money at all does not matter. But you're talking about these, especially with the NFL, you have maybe, if you lucky, 9 years to make all the money you can possibly make.
Yeah, but the thing is, during those 9 years, you can get cut by numerous amounts of teams. Your collective bargaining
if you have a signing bonus. Yes, but that's why you have a signing bonus. If you have a signing bonus for $40 million or things like that, which some players do, not everyone, but some players do.
Pavy, I tell you, bro, I'm gonna give you $120 million contract, but I'm only gonna guarantee 40 of it, and you might get the whole 120. Versus somebody being like, yo, I guarantee you 60 of it, but you will get the whole 60. I'm taking the whole 60.
The XFL gonna be able to guarantee $60 million?
You don't know what they're gonna be able to guarantee. That's what I'm saying. We don't know what our power is as a people. We too busy worried about other people building the infrastructures and using the infrastructure that other people have created and have designed.
Also, that's still the infrastructure other people have created. It's not our.
But the difference is the NFL has the leverage because they are the entity. But if you take away the talent from that entity, they don't have the leverage. If you the talent, you can go to another entity. There are other entities. There's a reason why the WWE no longer has a strict monopoly on wrestling, because wrestlers realize, yo, our rights working with the WWE ain't gonna be the same as it would be if we work for a small independent company and we were able to take home more money and be able to do other stuff that ain't under the rule of what this WWE contract is.
But aren't the biggest stars still in the WWE?
Yeah, they are, but that don't mean nothing. You still, if you in the WWE, you still an at-will, work employee. You still facing the same shit.
I just saying, like, ain't the biggest star still in WWE?
I would rather have more of a piece of pie that I own with better retirement benefits and guaranteed contracts. A lot of these guys, regardless of whether you telling me you can take money up front, it don't matter. If you sign a contract for $2 million and you take $400,000 up front, right? And you get cut halfway through that, you still got to pay taxes on the money that you earned. That's not a whole lot of money. So even guaranteed contracts for these guys, that's something that I think is really huge as well. If these guys in the NFL really want to use your bargaining chips and your bargaining power, threaten, if you black, not to play, because clearly there needs to be a change. And I'm not necessarily saying fire every white coach that's currently coaching. But what I am saying is, if we don't see no immediate change within the next year, we gone. We gone. And we gonna go make our own shit. Like, and the problem is everybody always like, well, we can't go make our own shit. Why not? Why the fuck not? Literally. You motherfuckers can't rent a football field. You can't find a lawyer to type up some contract.
I think the NBA has a much better chance of doing that than what the National Football League
No,
does.
not the NBA. I don't think the NBA does. Nah, no, I don't. I don't think the NBA does. I don't think the NBA does. Because the NFL gonna be trash with replacement players. But you can talk.
The reason why I would say the NBA has a better chance of doing it is because, number one, the players have more money. The players have more money, and the players have more marketability. I think that in the NFL, I don't think there are that many superstars. I think you maybe can count on your hand how many recognizable faces you have. Like, I don't think in the NFL, outside of quarterbacks and maybe a couple other people, individual players are that big of draws. Like, I don't think people tune in to watch individual players. As far as in the NBA, I think you tune in to watch players more than you tune in to watch teams. In football, I think you tune in to watch teams way more than you tune in to watch players. So I think I think the NBA has
I disagree with that notion.
You do? Why?
Because you only tune in to watch the teams because you know that the level of competition when you're watching those teams is one that you don't see in another league. But if you tell me that same level of competition or the top players in that league or the top competition within that league leave that league and go to another league, I'm going to watch the other league. It's a reason why there was a WCW rivalry during the middle of the 90s, because all of the top talent from the WWF was leaving and going to the WCW. And then eventually the WWF was like, yo, we need our top talent back. Well, let's go back to WCW. So they bought the WCW, and then now they the WWE.
But again, with that, in wrestling, single entities are the stars. So you're gonna go where the single entities are.
You telling me the top NFL players not recognizable no more? Stop.
Which ones? It's like 10 of them. It's like 10 of them, bro.
It's a bunch of them.
It's like 10 of them. No, it's not.
What?
It's like 10 of them, bro.
70,000 people. It's 15,
it's about 10 of them.
No, wait a minute. 15 to 20 million people on average watch an NFL game every single
10,
week.
15 recognizable NFL players,
you telling me that if the top 100 NFL players left the league, that people would look at the quality on the football player? on the football field and say it's the same thing? No, they wouldn't.
I don't think people.
No, they wouldn't.
They wouldn't.
So then, like I said, it boiled down to $1. And the point is, they want that money, but they want that money more than they care about racism.
I don't think the top. That's probably true. And also, I don't think the top 100.
They want that money more than they care about racism.
Yes, and I don't think the top 100. Again, I don't think the top 100 NFL players are recognizable. Like, again, I think the NFL maybe has about 10 to 15 superstars. The best outside linebacker could walk the streets and you wouldn't know who he is. A decent point guard could walk the streets in the NBA and you know who he is.
Yeah, but you know his name, don't you?
I might.
When he had that football jersey on, you know his name.
I might. I think that they're very replaceable.
You know your favorite football player when you see your favorite football player on the field. You know who they are. You know who they are. Stop it.
You might. Again, look.
If your favorite football player is on the football field with their number and their name on the back, you don't know who they are, G?
At this point in time, I am the casual football fan, extremely casual football fan. I probably know about 20 of the players in the league. You get to naming other people, I legit don't know who they are.
I probably never heard the names. Football fan. You don't watch football. People that watch football know the players, G. So my point is, if all of the best players said, yo, we dipping out this bitch and we gone, we dipping out this bitch and we going to make our own shit.
That's not going to happen, but I hear you.
I know it's not going to happen because, like I said, they care more about money than they do about racism.
I hear you.
Ass. Because Russell Wilson, Cam Newton, Deshaun Watson,
bro, they getting
why can't I remember this man's name? From the Ravens. G. No, not
Lamar Jackson.
Yes, Lamar Jackson. What is his nickname? What do they call him? What's his nickname? I can't remember.
Trust?
Yeah, Big Trust. Big Trust. You telling me Mark Ingram, Alvin Kamara, Julio Jones, Odell Beckham.
Sure, that would be beautiful. That's not gonna happen.
Are you telling me all these guys go and start their own football league? You telling me other guys not gonna want to flock? And you telling me sponsors not gonna want to flock?
That's not gonna happen. Be beautiful. It's not gonna happen.
All I'm saying is,
I think you have a better chance of doing that with basketball
instead
than you
of
do
them
with
whining and
football.
complaining and begging them white owners to change and let black people in, how about all y'all black asses go make y'all own shit and own it, bro? Because you can't make me believe that y'all can't afford to rent a gym out. And you can't make me believe that if y'all start a league and it's like, yo, we are black players, we are starting a league that is a multicultural league that is started with black players because we are starting a league that's based on racial equality. So all of the players that don't want to have to deal with the injustices and the prejudice that exists within these other football leagues that we are clearly seeing within the organizational, the management, and the ownership structure, you come and you play with us when we are going to build our own product. And honestly, what they should do is they should make that shit a public company or whatever they want to do, and try to and give all of the players a percentage of it and let them own a piece of it. And that's how you if you black, build equity. And that's how if you black, build generational wealth for other players. And you keep building on that league. You get these players some guaranteed contracts, because that's all I've been hearing them whine and complain about in the NFL is, oh, we don't have guaranteed contracts. We don't know how much money. The reason why the upfront money matters so much is because they can cut me after 2 years if I don't play, blah, blah, blah. Well, eliminate that then. Go build your own shit. We have the opportunity to build our own shit. We got people that know how to code websites, build websites and shit. You mean to tell me these motherfuckers can't go out and find somebody to build another league if all of the biggest and best players in the league want to leave?
Sure, it's not gonna happen.
You can.
Though, sure.
You can. They can. Y'all can. So all of it, like I said, they care more about money than they do about racism. And if that's your thing, cool. But don't just tweet it and be like, oh, I can't believe you would say that. But then, yeah, you still going to huddle up with that man and catch passes with that man. Riley Cooper literally was on screen saying the N-word, the hard one. Not even the white boy that done went too far. He was on some racist shit, the hard one. They gave that man some sensitivity training, a slap on the wrist, and said, go back out there. And the rest of them players got in that huddle with him all close. Riley, you ready to go catch this ball? What the fuck is that? Come on, man. Like I don't want to hear NFL players complain about the NFL no more. All of y'all had a right. All of y'all have the right to go out and start your own shit. Y'all can, because you can't make me believe that if all the biggest and the best players said they wasn't fucking playing no more and they was starting their own shit, that we as black people wouldn't be rallying around that shit like motherfucking whatever you want to call it. Like goddamn free hotcakes. I'm watching it. And even if some white boys from the NFL like, yo, fuck it, we gonna go with y'all because we believe in y'all too. And we sick of this shit too. Cool. Come join us. Be down. Everybody, come over. Come over here. Let's do something different. Because clearly the shit that they doing ain't working. It took Roger Goodell all this time to make a statement, and then he come out with that bullshit. Oh, well, we've been wrong. We're sorry. But yeah, Colin Kaepernick's still not gonna have no job. Y'all still colluded against that man for 4 years and took away his wealth and his ability to capitalize within this market. Because he protested. But now all of a sudden, because the whole world fucking protesting, now all of a sudden y'all want to be righteous. That shit weak. I'm sorry, it's weak.
Yeah, like I said, I feel you. It's not gonna happen. I think it's a better chance.
I know it's not gonna happen. I know it's not gonna happen because, like I said, they care more about money than racism.
I think it's a better chance in that happening in the NBA than it is in the NFL.
Because they care
just because of how marketable, just because of how marketable even the middle level player is in the NBA as compared to the NFL.
It's not about how marketable the players are. The names are marketable. That's what I'm saying. The names are marketable. It's not about the face. You remember the names.
I don't think it's that many names.
I disagree with that. You remember the names of great NFL players. You might not remember their face. No. Why do you keep saying that? You know how many what?
And again, there's still only 10 to 15 players in the league at a time like that.
I disagree with that. You take the top 100 NFL, take the top 100 black NFL players out of the NFL. It's not the same league no more.
Obviously, yeah, talent wise, yeah, sure.
It's not really worth watching anymore. There's no difference between that and the XFL. Take the top 100 players out the NFL, G. That mean all the third and fourth stringers are now the first and second stringers.
No, because it's not like it's all black people, but again, it would be a huge talent, especially at the skill positions.
I said take the top 100 black players out of the league. That includes offensive tackles, that includes linemen, that includes wide receivers, defensive backs, Like all of that, all of it. It's great. I mean, it's great linemen out there. The lines ain't gonna be the same. Your defense not gonna be the same. Take Khalil Mack out the league. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't want to hear them complain. Go make your own shit then. If that's how you feel, go make your own shit. If that's how you really feel, go make your own shit. Or stop lining up next to these guys that you know are racist. Because then all you doing is just continuing to do the same shit that was happening before, which is weak. Because like you just said, the NBA players would be more likely to do it than they would. And the reason why they would do that is because of the fact that they have always collectively bargained great. Oscar Robertson is one of the reasons why they have so much collective bargaining power they do.
But again, I think because, again, the rosters are smaller, they don't wear masks. I think basketball players have always been more single entities than what NFL players are. NFL players, for the most part, aren't single entities. Basketball players have always been single entities. The same with like wrestling and like tennis and things like that. They've always been still like, yeah, they were part of the team, but they've been more single entities as opposed to football. Has always been more of a team thing. That 54 y'all outside of the quarterbacks, you're not a single entity. So even with that being said, the way you think is different because again, players are like, yo, I have the power. Because me going anywhere changes everything. NFL, unless you're a quarterback, not really. You doing anything, don't really swing the pendulum like that. They can replace you.
All right. Okay. All right. Like I said, take the top 100 black athletes out the NFL and you tell me what that league is. It's not the NFL no more.
Of course.
It's not the NFL no more. It's not the NFL no more. It's amateur. So like I said, how many players is in the NFL? I don't even know. Let me see. How many NFL players?
It got to be like 500 or something. Or maybe more than that. Probably like 1,000.
There are, the NFL is 68% African American and 28% white, with the remaining 4% Asian Pacific Islander, non-white Hispanics, and those preferring a mixed race category. 70%, and then by 2020, 70% of the players are black. So let's see how many players are in the NFL. So that means how many players are in the NFL? You don't even say how many players are here. Wow, ESPN has a racial gender report. That is wild. Let's see. I'm trying to see how many NFL. Let's see total. I'm gonna find this. I'm looking this up because I want to know. It only give me percentages. That's also very, very interesting. That I can't just look that up.
I mean, you could do 54 times. What is it? Just 54 people on the roster.
More than
54
that,
times. How many teams are there? 32 teams. Hold on. And get an estimate.
Let me see. How many players in it? Okay, I can see it. How many players in the NFL total? There are 1,696 players total. That means, hold on a minute. Hold on, let's see. Whoa, did that wrong. Oh, there we go. All right, 70%, right? Hey, man, come on, man. That's over like 1,200 players, bro. That's over 1,200 players, G.
Yeah, if you got all if you got all 1,200 people that had the same agenda and on the same page.
Take the top 250.
If you got all the top 250 on the same, if you got the top two people, the top 250 on the same page, sure. And even
that's
still,
1,187 black players in the NFL. You tell it, the top 250 black NFL players out of the NFL is no longer the NFL. And my only point is this: I'm not saying that they should leave the NFL. All I'm saying is that if you're gonna tell me that you want change, don't just get back out there on that football field without some actual real life change, because that Rooney Rule is bullshit. We see it's bullshit.
Again, I just think that works much better in a sport like basketball than it does in football. Because again, even with those 250, again, football is the one sport where I think every single person on the field is replaceable outside of the quarterback. And even the quarterback, they can replace your ass. Basketball, people are literally irreplaceable. You cannot replace LeBron James no matter what you try to do. People wouldn't even watch it just because LeBron James is not there. You can take anybody out the football field, people will still watch that football team play.
Not if the top 250 of those people are gone, bro. If you
if
you look on that football field and you don't recognize nobody name no more, it's not the same game. It's not. It's not. You're not telling me football gonna be the same without Russell. It's not gonna be the same without Russell Wilson, Cam Newton, Jameis Winston, Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson.
Three of those people you named it would be.
Patrick Mahomes. It's not. He black too. It's not gonna be the same without them.
If Pat Mahomes were to leave, sure.
It's not gonna be the same.
The rest of them you named, you said Cam Newton, Jameis Winston, the league go on just fine.
Still names. So what? They
still
will
go on just fine.
Okay. There's just a few of them. There are still other black players in the league.
This is true.
Like I said, Julio Jones, Odell Beckham, all them other guys start leaving. Khalil Mack leave. You get all of these guys that are the prominent stars within that league to leave. Trust me, it's not gonna be the same. So all I'm saying is, don't just complain about it. Do something about it if you one of them players, and don't just tweet shaking my head, but then you still go up there and you shaking hands with these guys when you know that they racist.
I think NBA players, because of the way they're marketed and because of the power that you have as a single entity in the NBA, are way more likely to do that and be able to pull that off successfully than what NFL players are.
That's an excuse. Yeah. That's an excuse. That's the reason why we're gonna be stuck where we stuck at forever, because everybody too scared of taking a risk. I've been literally betting on myself since I'm 16, and I only keep getting better and making more money. It's a reason. It's a reason why, because I keep spending money and betting on myself. Literally, I started out with nothing, with no dollars, and I legitimately, time after time, year after year. Now we go through ups and downs, just like the stock market. But I continue to invest in myself, and I continue to. When I'm up, it's always higher than where I was before, or it's going steady because I continue to invest in myself. So all of these guys, I don't like hearing that talk. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you're wrong, because obviously you're right in terms of who would have the better chance. But also with these guys, they're going to sit up here and they're going to bitch and they're going to moan and they're going to complain, but they're not going to actually get off their ass and go do something to make their own shit. So I don't want to hear you really complain about that. I don't. Like me and you, we could have easily complained about sports media and how we don't see no black faces and all this shit. And we kind of was like, man, like, I used to be telling you in the early days of HoopsNBrews, like, man, don't nobody look like us. Like, ain't nobody young no more. All these people on ESPN either like older than 30, 35, or they like old and white. Like, don't nobody look like us no more. We should make our own shit that look like that. And that's what we did. So like everybody else.
Yeah, but check it out. We are two people that has to be on the same page.
It does not matter. We are no. That shit is an excuse, G. That shit is an excuse, because you can't tell me that these motherfuckers can't call up Diddy when they want to party. You can't tell me that they don't call up Jay-Z when they want to party, or when they want a free concert ticket, or when they want some other shit. Or you can, so I don't understand how if all these black billionaires, all these guys that are black billionaires that got on these black entities, if these guys call you up and say, Hov, we need help starting our own league.
Real quick. Also, hold on. Also, I think that's also an issue as well, because I think that we're just now getting to the point where you know black billionaires and when you know black millionaires. I think you're just now getting to that point in society in which you know that, and even still, it's maybe only about 10. So even Jay-Z, no matter how much money Jay-Z has, Jay-Z don't have the money to contribute all of that himself. You need about 3, 4, 5, 10 Jay-Z's to be able to make that work.
Okay, so you telling me white people don't got no money?
If they want to invest. But then, like, even still, that goes back to the still you still got white folk investing in black people product. If you want to do something for us, by us, all black people.
No, that's not necessarily true. That's not true, because it's a reason why companies go public for a reason. Companies go public for a reason in order to gain more capital and earn more capital, so that way they can expand.
With you. I just said that.
No. This is what I'm saying. That's not true. But what I'm telling you is that that's not true. You can still have your black thing where the black people are in charge and still use equity and money to build in your business. That's why companies go public. That's why companies go public. That's why companies go public.
Yeah, but if you got white folk who are the main investors as well, and it's like not just black people, then is it, how much of a black thing is it? It's not all built by black dollars.
It's not all built by black dollars. If the majority of the black people don't own it, I don't understand that. That don't make sense to me.
How would the majority of the black people own it if it's built by?
Because as those players collectively start your team and your union and all of that shit, and you give equity to every player that comes in the league, and they vest shares, just like you do when you work at a tech company. I worked at hella tech companies where if you work there long enough, they give you a piece of the company. It's the same shit. And those companies, more times than not, even if they're not private, even if they're not public, they still take private investments. You can still take a private investment from somebody. Somebody can still give you $30-some million.
Again,
and you
like I
sell
said,
off shares of your company. That don't mean you sell off your whole shares. The
like
reason why you own a majority and you keep the majority is so that way you can control it. You can still sell off shares and get money where you need to make your business get better. That's how all of the white guys do it. That's why they business survive. We literally don't do that shit because we like it's too much risk involved. When if we all literally did it, then we could maybe build some shit. But we can't build no shit because too many people saying, nah, it's too much risk involved in that. I don't know if I want to do that. Who trying it? I ain't seen nobody try it. Only person that tried it was LeVar, and everybody called him fucking crazy. And then all of a sudden the NCAA changing all their rules and shit.
I also just think that we just now getting I think that that's a mindset you'll see more in the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years.
Why?
I just think that
why do we have to wait 20, 30, 40 years to build our own shit?
I just think that right now you're just now getting to the point in which extremely rich black people know other extremely rich black people.
I'm sick of that.
I just think that you're just now getting to that point right now. And I think that we'll eventually see it more and more and more and more and more in our lifetime. I don't know if you're gonna see that right now. Because again, like I said, I think you just now getting to the point in which other extremely rich black people can call up other extremely rich black people, and you can have a network of extremely rich black people.
You don't need extremely rich black people in order to build something. Those,
it helps.
No. Stop. Mark Zuckerberg didn't build his network with off money. It was him and some coders in a room coding a app that they built, and then it eventually built and became one of the biggest things ever in the world. They built that shit in a fucking college dorm room. You don't need a fucking billion. Now, obviously, eventually, wait a minute. Obviously, eventually, they took some money and they built it. But my point is, if motherfuckers wanted to start and build their own shit, they could. And the only reason why they don't is because they don't give a fuck and they scared of the risk. All I'm saying is,
a little bit different.
No, it's not, bro. How is it different? How is it different? I've tried to start my own social network. Do you know how fucking hard it is to start your own social network?
I'm sure it's very, very hard.
To get people to sign up to your social network, to get them to want to post their own thoughts and shit on your social network. I tried to start a social network when I was 19. This shit was extremely hard.
I'm sure it's also very hard to put a different challenge and start a football.
By the time I shut it down, it had like a couple hundred people on there, and they was using it. But I just literally couldn't. I just didn't know. I wasn't smart enough at that point in time to continue to make it happen. But had I known, the people that I know now had even the opportunity for me to be able to tweet somebody or DM somebody or randomly email somebody, because everybody's email is at the top of their Twitter bio now. So you can email damn near anybody you want to email in the world. You can find their email on the internet. Dead ass. So it ain't no excuses. All this shit that we talking now about, all of this shit is excuses. The reason why these players not going to lead the NBA is because the NBA has been looking out for these guys, and the players within the NBA have continued to collectively bargain right and negotiate for their proper rights in order to their proper shares. And they got, because they bargain better. But the reason why they bargain better, you can't make me believe that if your workforce is 70% black and all them black people leave, then you got 30% of your workforce. That's not the same thing.
I just think that, yes, if you could get all 70 of those people on the same page and shoot
even if you got 50% of the 70.
But listen, bro. I just think that from day one, the NBA single entities as far as players have had way more power than what NFL players have. NFL players historically, like singularly, just aren't that valuable, bro. No matter who you are, they will replace you. And I think that's in their psyche, and they know that. And that's
how you gonna replace hundreds of people? How you gonna replace thousands of people?
Yeah, if you can get all of them on the same page, sure. Hundreds of people, you could replace hundreds. Now, thousands, I don't know about that. You could replace about 100 people. Look, G, 1,000? No, I don't know about
literally,
that.
Give me the top. Every black player in NFL, that daddy or mama is black. You join this league that we started, and you come and you join this league, and all of them come and join. Ain't gonna be nobody left in the NFL, bro. Ain't gonna be nobody left because the rest of the minorities not staying there. And a lot of them white guys gonna leave because they gonna be like, yo, I fuck with y'all. Why y'all leave? And we gonna be like, because we won't rock it with them no more. They weren't treating us the way we wanted to be treated. I can't retire from this game and then know that I'm gonna be a head coach one day because of the fact that this shit has been infrastructurally and systematically built up for me not to be able to get a job. That's why. That's why we fucking leaving. That's why these black players should leave. Yeah, you looking at it up front right now in terms of the money that you might make guaranteed, but a lot of these guys eventually go on to be coaches. But if you can never be a head coach and never be at the top of that organization or near the top of that organization, what is the point? What is the point? What is the point? You literally just going to continue to build something for somebody else.
Yeah, but look, I think
so we got to stop doing that shit. We got to stop doing that shit. We got to stop doing that shit. Otherwise, stop complaining.
Listen, I think a football player's window is so short. I think the normal career is like 3 years. I think that their window is so short that they don't. I just think that their window is so short that they don't even get that far. They're just trying to get as much money as they possibly can quickly.
Then we ain't never going
because
nowhere.
Their career is so
then
short.
We ain't never going nowhere. Then we ain't never going no goddamn way.
Now, like I said, I think in basketball that's extremely possible to do. I think in football it's a little bit harder because there are certain challenges that are presented. I even think in baseball that would be easier to do. If we had a whole bunch of African Americans that you fucking seen it, the damn Negro leagues, classic teams, legendary players. I'm pretty sure somebody. I don't know who owns the merchandise for like the Negro League, but people still sell Negro League merchandise. I'm sure somebody, I hope it's an African American, is still getting some money off that. I just think that with the NFL, because of how short careers are and how players are so replaceable, I think it's in the psyche, and I think that that's what makes that harder to do for football as opposed to some other sports. I think that literally almost every other sport would be easier to do that than football.
But do you hear that though, bro?
I hear what I'm saying.
What you're saying?
Yes, I hear what
you're saying. Do you hear how fucked up that is? It's built in their psyche. It's built in their psyche not to want more rights. It's built in their psyche not to want a career after football and to be a head coach.
Because again, you're
crazy.
So replaceable, and the average football player doesn't have a career. Like you don't go to the NFL and usually have a career. You play a couple of years and you're gone. People don't usually have careers in the NFL. It's very rare when you have a 10,
but you want to know why you also don't have a career? Is because you don't have a guaranteed contract. So if you're not fitting an immediate agenda, you're gone, and all of the money and the opportunity that you have to is gone. The reason why
it's a violent sport too.
Even with that being said, the players should be compensated and benefited more from all of it. Like I said, these NFL players have every opportunity to go and build their own shit and own their own league if they wanted to. All of the black ones, if they wanted to, they could literally all band together. They can go start a company and put enough people in charge to make sure that ain't none of them individually gonna fuck it up, and build that company and start that shit. Now it might take them a little bit longer to get off the ground, but trust me, people are gonna watch. Because we're going to look at the NFL and be like, damn, Julio Jones ain't on the floor, ain't on the field. Damn, Khalil Mack, man, he finna be in this new league, man. That's fucked up. We can't even see him. I'm a Bears fan. I've been a Bears fan my whole life. This man, Khalil Mack, ain't out there on the floor, man. I mean, I'm sorry, ain't on the field, man. Damn, man, what's the I'm sorry, I've been drinking this. What's the name of the guy who Tariq Cohen? Damn, Tariq Cohen can't play no more because he moved to the other league, man. I can't wait until they start that shit. I promise you.
People will still watch if Tariq Cohen is gone, but continue. I get your point.
No. My point is, all of them.
I get your point, though.
To their own thing, in which they all agree, yo, we gonna all get an equal stake in this, or at least a stake in this, with vested options, so that way we all have something for our kids. That's the kind of shit that we as African Americans got to start thinking about, and stop just complaining about people oppressing us and go build your own shit. That's what I've been doing, literally. Like I said, I've done nothing but bet on myself my whole life, and I come from literally nothing, and I keep somehow winning because I'm betting on myself. And the only way you're gonna ever make some shit, unless you born with some money, is to bet on yourself. That's how America works. That's literally what capitalism is. That's what the fucking stock market is. You buy a bunch of shares of Amazon because you think Amazon gonna be the greatest company. But if Amazon turn out to flop, then all your money gone. But if Amazon turn out to be the biggest company ever, all y'all billionaires. That's how it works. I'll leave it there though. But that's how it works. Literally, that's how it works. That's why all these white guys get rich and we ain't getting rich because we ain't taking enough risk. Even me, I'm looking at all this shit. I'm like, yo, I gotta start getting on my shit, learning about stocks, learning why I should buy certain stocks versus this, learning all of this shit, because that's the only way we gonna build. So we got to build our own shit, but it start with us. It's not starting with these motherfuckers 20, 30 years from now. These motherfuckers, we don't even know where they gonna be in 20, 30 years from now.
Hold on. I did not say it started 20, 30 years from now. I said that the things that we do will put us in better positions to be able to have a network 20 to 30 years from now that we don't have right now.
But it's not about that. If you can collectively pool money, and I know it's enough white guys out there that want to give money and make money.
Yeah, but why we gotta go to the
because capitalism is about making money, bro.
Why we can't do it all ourselves, bro?
Because what do you mean? Where do you think all this money coming from? You the main one telling me we ain't all got this money. So where the money coming from?
Like I said,
where's the money coming from? That's what I'm asking.
Like I said, and listen to what I said. I think that in 20, 30 years, because of decisions that we are making now, and the way certain people's kids will be set up, because again, a lot of these athletes have been privileged enough to get $200 million deals, or because of the arts, we've been able to kind of navigate through some of this economic disenfranchise and skip about 10 steps that we probably wouldn't have been able to skip if we didn't have these talents. That in 20, 30 years, I think we can have a legitimate economic fan base, so that, 20 black billionaires, 20
yeah, but you do know Jay-Z had a partnership too, right? He don't own all his own company either, right? You know that, right?
Yes, because again,
so it ain't just all black money. It ain't just all black money, bro. It ain't just all black money. That's my point.
Not hearing
but I understand what you're saying. But my point is this: even the ones of us that's getting rich, we not just getting rich with all black money. You're never gonna get ahead of somebody else just looking at all black money, because everybody else that's playing the game ain't just playing with black money. They playing with everybody money.
I hear what you're saying, but again,
you can't just think about our money.
I hear what you're saying, but again, I think that in the future, because of decisions that we're making now, I think the pool will be large enough that you can do that in the future. It's just not large enough right now. You will never be rich enough to do everything that you want to do. But when you pool together, then all of y'all have enough money to do what you want to do.
We have enough money now. Because there's enough money on the open. Everybody gives somebody else ownership. That's America. That is how capitalism works, bro. That's how the stock market works. The biggest companies are the biggest companies in the world, because once somebody built them up to the point where they was big enough, they was like, all right.
Yeah, you sell shares of the company.
You sell a piece of it. And that's the reason why. That's the reason why the stock market exists. That's the reason why the world economy exists. You only build companies to get them big and for them to go to the public thing, unless you're going to completely stay private, which usually most big companies don't do, because the only way for you to raise capital is for you to sell pieces of your company in order for you to raise capital. So that's the only way we're going to get ahead. Looking at this stuff and being like, yo, we don't need their money. You going to always need somebody else's money. And honestly, if you gambling with your own money, you stupid. I don't want to gamble with my own money. Give me a fucking $100,000 and tell me I can go gamble with it for 2 years and bring you back $200K. And then we'll see about it in 2 years. I don't want to go gamble with my own money. That's the reason why people go get business loans, because they're not trying to gamble with their own money. So, like, we can't just look at that shit like that. That's what I'm saying. The reason why other nationalities, especially white Americans in America, continue to control the money is because they are actually going out and building companies to play within the game of capitalism. I understand that, but you can but guess what? This is the age and the generation of technology. You don't need an economic base to be able to learn how to code. You can. I know plenty of kids that know their favorite rap song about shoot 'em up, bang bang, but they ain't never wanted to ever watch no goddamn videos about coding. Or I know grown ass motherfuckers that sitting at home bored as hell, but don't want to spend an hour a day learning some shit about coding so that way they can build a website for what idea they might have. So it ain't just look. We gotta also within ourselves look at this shit and say, now if everybody's listening now is the time for us to step up and make these fucking moves and stop sitting back and thinking to the future. The future is now. We don't know where the fuck we going. This man win this election. You don't know what the fuck is happening. Why are we waiting? What are we waiting for? Literally, what what are we waiting
never
for?
Say wait. Never ever
wait. But telling me that we gonna be cool in 20, 30 years based upon what we doing now.
No, that's not what I said.
I want to hear that. I want to hear that. Yo, like we can do this shit
I think
now.
we'll have a better. I just think that we'll have an actual economic base. I just don't think as African American, I just don't think that as African Americans right now we have an actual economic base because of how disenfranchised we've been in this country for the past.
Because how ununified we've been also.
Also disenfranchised.
And also
It's
and also unity as well.
I mean, yeah, but obviously that has a lot. Then that goes back to slavery and everything else, and you being
Listen,
disenfranchised and things
listen.
like
It's
that.
still unity. It's still
Yeah,
unity. It's still unity. It's still unity. It's still unity. Because instead of dealing drugs in our hood, we can figure out other shit to do. Because my cousins themselves, smart as fuck, but all they plans is bad and devious. And I'm like, gee, why you doing that? And they're like, because it's all I know. But yeah, bro, you can watch YouTube and figure out another way. You can find some other shit to do. And all I
that's just
hear is this.
quicker.
And but guess what? That's why we fucked up.
I'm not disagreeing
That's
with you.
why
I'm just
we
saying that.
fucked up. So
I'm
if
not
we gonna
disagreeing
get
with
the
you. I'm
rest
just
of the
saying that
world to
that's.
make a change, we gotta look in the mirror and be like,
I'm
yo,
just.
let's get on our shit. Let's get
I
on
don't
our boss
disagree with
shit.
you. I'm just saying that that like that's just quicker, and sometimes it's hard to have foresight when you need to eat right now.
Trust me, I've been homeless before as a kid. Homeless as a kid. Didn't have my lights cut off plenty of times. Then ate jelly sandwiches, fucking rice with honey on it, rice with sugar on it for dinner many a times. They ran their extension cord from a neighbor crib, then phone lines, cable, all of that shit. I didn't been there. Roaches on the floor, mice on the floor, all of that shit. So I don't want to hear that, because that's the same reason why I'm here. Is the reason why a lot of them, the same reason why I'm here is because I saw that shit and was like, yo, it's time to do something different. So if the rest of the world is going to look and say, yo, it's time for us to make a change, all of the rest of the motherfuckers too need to look at themselves and say, yo, it's time for us to get on our boss shit. Because you can't tell me if you can run $1 million or $1 billion drug empire, you can't run $1 million or $1 billion company. You can't. You can't tell me. You can't make me believe that shit. You can't make me believe that if you know how to sell crack, you can't figure out how to sell candy or fucking sandwiches or cups or cars or whatever the fuck you interested in. Fuck out of here. If motherfuckers out here rapping, I can sell salt to a snail, then I don't want to hear it. If you can sell salt to a snail, motherfucker, you can sell me this mug right here. So I don't want. So it's like it's time for us to literally stop making excuses for that shit. I didn't been there. That ain't nowhere you can tell me that you done been out there that I ain't been other than the jail. Because I was smart enough to be like, yo, I'm not going to jail. Because I'm looking at the niggas around me making bad choices, and I'm like, yo, that's not the shit to do, because I'm going to be stuck here with these motherfuckers. And I look back at them, and I see a lot of motherfuckers I grew up with, a lot of motherfuckers I'm related to, and they still in the same motherfucking place. And that's what I'm saying. That kind of thinking, and I'm not calling you out, because obviously I know you don't think like that. I know you talking about how other people think. But I'm just saying that kind of thinking is why we fucked up out here. Because we keep looking at other people to build and start our shit, when we can start our shit and sell off pieces of it, as long as you don't give away the majority of it. But we gotta stop thinking that we can sell other shit that's gonna kill and fuck us up, but we can't sell shit that's gonna make us better or other shit.
I don't disagree with you. It's just that I don't disagree with you. But again, I also see how your circumstance can lead you to be short-sighted.
What circumstances?
The same circumstances that you talking about.
And yes, but what I'm saying is it's time to stop being short-sighted.
I hear what
There's
you're
no
saying.
more excuses for that shit.
I hear what you're
These guys
saying.
don't have, like, literally, we all got the same access to the internet. I know hella motherfuckers from the hood that know how to upload videos of them doing bad shit. You can learn how to get on YouTube and learn whatever the fuck. You can learn how to deliver a baby on YouTube.
Again, and this is why I think
we ain't got no excuses.
Again, this is why I think
it's time for us to look in the mirror and be like, yo, everybody else gonna give us opportunities, so let's take advantage of this shit and run up the motherfucking scoreboard.
Again, and this is why I think that as time passes, you'll see more of it. I don't think it's gonna be something that happens overnight, but I think that as time passes, you will see more of it because of the exposure after the world based off just your phone. You could pick up your phone and see everything else that's going on. You couldn't do that 30 years ago. And I think that, and again, like even with the way like the youth is, I think the youth thinks vastly different as far as like kids who are like 20, 18, 17, 16, 15. I don't think they know the same limitations that we knew growing up. So I think that as time passes, you will see more and more and more and more and more of this, as well as the fact of decisions that we've made and we've been able to, like I said, skip certain steps and processes because of the arts and because of sports. And then those people, kids who, again, equipped with the fact they don't know the same limitations because of the era that they're growing up in. And they also have the economics behind them to do these certain things. I think that you'll see a change gradually as time goes on. I don't think it's going to be something that happens overnight. Everybody just going to wake up and completely think different. But I think that over time, you will see a change. Because, again, the people coming out there do not know the same limitations that we knew.
We don't have no limitations. Literally, we don't have no limitations. We don't have no limitations. We just got to come together.
But I don't think people, again, but like I said, I think the kids now, they're born knowing that. because again, you can pick up your phone and go be anywhere in the world you want to be. 20 years ago, we couldn't do that. You could pick up your phone and go be anywhere in the world you want to be and see anything that you
20 years ago,
want to see.
You could. The
internet. No, you couldn't. In 1990.
Gee, that's 30 years ago. Gee, that's 30 years ago. Gee,
the internet.
The internet has been usable legit for about 20 years.
Yeah, but
it's been usable for about 20 years, and it's really been around for about 35.
Yeah, but it wasn't in the same capacity.
Yeah, I mean,
you
I
couldn't
understand.
Take it everywhere with you. There wasn't social media. There wasn't Instagram. You couldn't just like plug into. There wasn't a YouTube. You couldn't plug into people's lives halfway across the world 20 years ago. All you kind of knew was like what you knew, unless you actually went there physically and did it. All you knew was what you knew.
And
these kids don't have the same. For instance, real quick, Mikey Williams. I think that one thing Black athletes should do, and I think that they need to start as far as like for the ones who go to college, go to more HBCUs. Like Mikey Williams, I think he's the #1 freshman in the country. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna like make sure that I consider some HBCUs." Just hearing a 15-year-old athlete, I think it was like a post he put on Instagram. Just hearing a 15-year-old athlete speak the way that he spoke, you would have never heard that for the most part 20 years ago, 20, 30 years ago. Just because they weren't exposed to the same things, they didn't even know that they could think like that. And I think that that's something that more athletes can do. Why not go to HBCUs? Why do all the other great Black athletes have to go to predominantly white colleges? You can go to a HBCU. A lot of these schools are D1 as well, especially the basketball programs. Now, football programs, some of those are like 1AA, which I can get. But if a whole bunch of, if let's say the best, I don't know, 30 Black football players, right? Make it a thing every year, like, yo, we gonna go to Howard, we gonna go to FAMU, we gonna go to Bethune-Cookman. You mean to tell me these schools can't push up and be, I think, what is it, 1AA or like 1A, Division 1A, the same thing if like all those prospects that went to Alabama went to Black colleges, all these schools couldn't be Division 1 schools? Now, again, I think it only takes maybe 1 or 2 athletes.
It only matters. Division 1 and Division 1AA only matters because you working to get drafted by the NFL. But if there's another league that you can go to, if you're a Black player, that ain't the NFL.
Because check it out. Joe Flacco went to Delaware. Delaware's a Division 2A school. He was top 15 pick.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the reason why you mentioning this in this context is because going to a Division 1 school as a Black athlete is going to probably get you a little bit higher on the NFL's radar. What I'm saying is if we start a Black league or a minority-driven league, we build off of that, then you ain't got to just worry about being a person that's going. Yes, I mean, it's got to fit the confines of the NFL system. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
Yes, but also what I'm saying is this: if all the Black athletes go, first of all these schools play Division 2A schools anyway. If all the Black athletes go to Bethune-Cookman, people are gonna book all these non-conference games. You can book any out-of-conference game because you have the talent. Also, if you're consistently good, you can apply and move up. A lot of these teams don't move up to the highest division of college football or highest division of college basketball because they don't have the talent. If you could consistently guarantee that you was getting the top 30 Black athletes from high school to go there, you could move up into the higher ranks because you have the talent to do so. I'm just saying.
But my question is this: the NCAA is another system that we talk about that takes advantage of athletes. I mean, all the time. Like,
I don't disagree, but I would rather.
If I'm a Black athlete and I know that it's if I'm a Black athlete and it's a Black league out there, all I'm worried about is playing the best is playing the best that I can to try to make the league that I want to make the league that I can, because then I don't have to worry about these weird aptitude tests that they give me or these weird personality character trait tests that they give these Black and players in the NFL. I don't have to worry about the fucking Wonderlic test and people calling me a goddamn idiot because I failed some master genius football test that they want to use to call me. So I don't like this. This is what I'm saying. If we start building our own infrastructure and our own shit, we don't have to look at
everybody is not going to be able to go straight there. Again, some people are going to go to college. Some people also want to go to college. If you want to do that, then I would rather you do that at a HBCU. Something that is historically Black, is for Black people, and benefit the HBCU, and also have an actual Black college experience.
I agree, 100%.
So certain things that happen at these predominantly white universities wouldn't happen there. And I'm just saying that I think, for a guy like Mikey Williams, the #1 freshman so far in the country, to come out and say something like that, and then to like say that he'll be considering some HBCUs when it's that time, I think it's dope. And
he
if
shouldn't
more
just be considering HBCUs. He should go to one. Go to one. Don't just consider it, young man.
He
go
should
to it.
actually probably not go to college at all. He should probably take his talents to the NBA if he's actually consistently going to be this good.
No. I agree.
Take his talents to the NBA.
I think he should
if
go
he
to the
is
G
going to
League.
go to one, but if he is going to consider it, then go to an HBCU. And
All
I think
these
that things like that will switch the game up.
Yeah. I mean, legit. Like, I just think that all I just want to say about that is I just want all y'all out there to just like think, bro. Like, we don't have to complain about like not being able to build our own opportunity. Yeah, you need money to do it. But the same way you can find money to do bad shit, which I know a lot of people that find money to do bad shit. And I've always been one of the people where I'm always been somehow, some way able to just like, continue to just find and make money legally. But still, if I wanted to do bad shit all day long, trust me, I can sit and do bad shit all day long. But my point is, all of that same ingenuity and all of that shit that you got putting into whatever it is that you putting into right now, you can put the same ingenuity into building your own shit. All it take, get 10 of your friends and have 10 of your friends put in $1,000.
Well, you know how hard it is to get 10 people on the same damn page?
Huh?
You know how hard it is to get 10 people on the same damn page?
But this is the shit, but I don't want to fucking hear that. What I'm telling you.
I know what you're saying.
No. I don't fucking care. Because guess what? I know a bunch of fucking white people that can get on the fucking same page to earn some fucking money. So I don't fucking care about that shit. I'm sick of hearing that shit. I don't want to fucking hear that shit. I know a bunch of other races that can get together and get some fucking money. So we can get the fucking together and get some fucking money. Get a fucking lawyer. Get some motherfuckers to invest some money. You got $100, you got $500. It don't matter. Make this shit proportional. But I'm sick of fucking hearing that we can't get together and make some shit happen because we can't fucking agree. That shit don't make fucking sense. I'm sick of hearing that shit. That shit don't make fucking sense. We can fucking get together and make some shit happen if we want to. We can. Fuck out of here. I don't want to hear that shit. That shit is a fucking excuse. That shit is an excuse. We can get together to fucking party. We can get together to talk shit on Twitter about some shit that's on TV, but we can't get together to start a fucking business. We can't figure that shit out. 10 motherfuckers with the internet. I'm sick of that shit, man. That shit, I don't want to hear that shit no more. I'm sick of hearing that shit. I'm sick of fucking hearing that shit. If you can fucking get on the same page with 10 of your homies to start a party, then you can get on the same page with 10 of your homies to fucking build a business. Look at the dudes that fucking did Duce Palooza, formerly Henry Palooza. They built a whole fucking business off having parties with their friends. So I don't want to hear that shit. And most of them black. So I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to fucking hear that shit no more. We got every motherfucking opportunity we can to get together with another black person and make some fucking money. Now more than fucking ever. So I don't want to fucking hear about none of this other shit in the future. I don't want to hear about none of that shit. We can do this shit right fucking now. Literally right now. Because guess what? The rest of the world finna be fucked up in this economy too. This economy ain't gonna rebound for another fucking 10 years. So everybody been, I'm sorry. So everybody finna be fucked up. Everybody. And it's a fucking opioid crisis.
Yeah, but like I said, these are
everybody finna be fucked up. So all that shit is fucking excuses, man.
Yes, but like I said, things take time, and these are things that again.
Everybody else talking about odds against us. So what? The odds been against us.
Yeah, but
they've been against us. So they've been against us.
But like I said,
I'm not gonna be stuck in my situation because the odds against me.
Like I said, things.
And if you one of them motherfuckers, then that's your fucking problem that you stuck where you is because the odds against you. Find a way.
Like I said, things take time, and I think that we're just now getting to the point in our culture where we have an economic base, and I think that that's huge. I think that we're just now getting to that point.
I bet some of you motherfuckers out there listen to TJX6. You can fucking listen to TJX6 and he teaching you niggas how to scam. You mean to tell me you can't get on YouTube and learn how to fucking start a business? Fuck out of here.
Again, like I said, I think that we just now get to the point where we have an economic base joining the fact that we actually now have things like the internet and you can log on and go learn whatever you want to learn. So I think like the generation coming after us, I don't think that they know the same limitations.
The generation of us, I'm finna be 30 years old. Fuck the generation after me. I'm 30 years old. I'm fucking 30 years old, bro. I ain't old. You ain't fucking old. Fuck the generation after us. Fuck the generation after us. I plan on being here in 30 years. I'm finna be competing with these young motherfuckers. We finna be all getting money together.
Stop and listen to what I'm saying. Again, you were one of the ones who are blessed to think the way that you think. I would like to think I'm one of the ones who is blessed to think the way that the way I think. But the way you grow up and the things that you grow up knowing is the things that you grow up knowing. These kids now are growing up knowing something completely different. And again, even we look at examples of people doing things and we look at them and we're like, okay, we can improve upon that. And everybody improves and expounds upon the model that other people have. And again, like I said, I think we're just now getting to the point. Duce Palooza, you want to know why it worked? Because they could call it Jay-Z and get Duce involved and get the money involved to do it and make it work.
Henny fucking Palooza went big before Duce Palooza.
Yeah, and then it went to another level because again they had like built what they built, and then they could find another black man in business and partner with that black man, and then it becomes that.
Really? They hadn't already built their own business. The only reason, but my point is the only reason why they were able to get to that point is because they took a risk. I'm fine with doing that. That's exactly what I've been preaching this whole time. Build your business up, go to somebody else, sell off a piece of it, make money, invest, grow your business. That's how it works in America. That's what I'm saying. I'm proud of them. That's what you should do. 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 That's exactly what you should do. That's exactly what they should have did. That's how you make money in America. That's how you build generational wealth in America. You go to somebody with more money. Hey, give me some money. I'm going to pay you back this money. I'll give you a little piece of this. You can't have the whole thing, but I'll double your money and give it back to you if you give me this so that way I can spend your money.
But like I said, I think we're just now getting to that point.
Yeah, but like I just said, even Jay-Z had to get his money from somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that, again, like I said, I think
good business is good business. Good business is good business, bro.
And
good business is good business. Good business don't give a fuck about your skin color.
And again, I think that we just now getting to the point where we can do that, and where our
Malcolm X been talking about this. Malcolm X was talking about this shit in 1963. I'm sick of hearing that shit.
We didn't have an economic base in 1960 to be able to do that.
And guess what? We also didn't come together because they killed his ass. And black people killed Malcolm X.
Yeah,
and there weren't no fucking white people that killed him. It was black people that fucking killed Malcolm X.
Yeah, and we also didn't have an economic base 60 years ago to be able to do that because a lot of us just started getting money in World War II.
That ain't the point. The point was in the shit even he was preaching once he came back from the Mecca was we can all get together, build our own economic base, and he was saying there was 700 million of us. We can all get together, start our own community, not have to worry about all these other people, and build our own base and start to build our own economic base and our own economic freedom if we join together. But we're not going to do that if we continue to look at each other and judge each other and say, oh, I'm not going to work with this black man because of the color of his skin or where from or who he associated with. We got to all do it under the name of God, which is what he was saying. Under the name of God, we all have to come together and build our own community up for the people that believe in Allah, which is God. That was what he was saying. The people that believe in God, all different kind of people believe in God. Christians, he literally said, Christian people call their God one thing, this people call their God one thing, but we all talk about the same God. We can all come together, build our own base, and then we don't have to worry about other people and what they want to do. And we can all do that. That's the shit he was saying in the motherfucking speeches before they fucking killed him. But we fucking killed him. The white people didn't kill him. White people killed Dr. King, but we fucking killed Malcolm X. So my point is, he was preaching and talking this shit 55, 60 years ago. I'm sick of fucking hearing about it's going to happen 20, 30 years from now. We all got the ability to make that shit happen. And I'm not saying that I'm calling you out. I'm talking to everybody out there that's going to come back with a rebuttal like that. Because all you doing is talking for the people that's going to come back and be like, well, but nothing. Because you've been one of the people that actually put the shit into practice. Me and you have done that time and time again.
Yeah,
how much have we built on? Have we?
But I don't look at my situation then like.
Yeah, but guess what? But had I not come to you and said, "Yo, Pavy, we can build a business off of this shit," you would have never built a business off of it. We would have just had a fucking podcast. But we built a business because I was like, yo, Pavy, we can build a fucking business off this shit, but we got to start now rather than once we get the bag.
Sure, but again, I'm not going to compare us who teachers are both whose parents are both educated.
My daddy was a fucking crackhead.
Yes,
no. Stop. My daddy was a fucking crackhead, and I grew up in a single-parent household. So I don't want to hear that shit about my mom being a teacher. And guess what? Teachers don't make no fucking money anyways.
It's not about them making money. It's about
Come on, man.
It's not about the money. It's not about them making money. It's about the things that they can instill in your head from birth.
All right.
And I'm not gonna compare
And
myself.
Elijah, you can call me a pussy all you want to, but guess what?
And I'm not gonna
if you
compare
black
myself.
and you thinking I'm pussy, guess what? What the fuck do you own?
And
Probably not a goddamn thing. So shut the fuck up.
And I'm not gonna compare my situation to other situations because I've been privileged to some advantages that other people haven't been privileged to. So I'm not gonna compare myself to other situations because I have the ability to be able to freely think like this. I think everybody has the ability to think like that, but when you worried about so much else day to day, it makes it hard to even be able to think like that. You were just one of the ones who was blessed.
Then we gonna be stuck where we always was.
So we are we are in a position where we can do what we can do and put other people in positions that hopefully they can be able to think like that. But I think being able to think like this is also a blessing, and don't ever discount how much of a blessing it is to be able to think like this.
Yeah, and the point of being able to think like this is to tell other people so they can think like this. That's the point of being able to have this brain. It's to tell other motherfuckers out there that's sitting there saying, but, yo, stop thinking that fucking way. Because that's how you're going to end up stuck in that fucking way for the rest of your whole life. I literally come from a fucking family of motherfuckers that's generational welfare. Fucking grew up on WIC, on food stamps, poor, my whole fucking life. Literally. So that's why I'm saying, like, yeah, the reason why I can say this shit, and even you talking about your privilege, yeah, you privileged, but my point is, it took for you to link up with someone else that come from a completely different environment from you, that was doing something different in order for you to get here. So my point in all that is it's going to take motherfuckers that's coming from the environment to be like, nah, that's not the shit that we need to do. Let's go get on this other shit and make some fucking money. It is. That's what it's going to take. Yeah, you was privileged, but you was still blessed enough to know me. I'm still blessed enough to know you, because this shit wouldn't be happening if I didn't know you. And this shit wouldn't be happening if you didn't know me. But I still come from where I come from. You come from where you come from. But it took for us to come together to make it happen. That's my whole point. We can't keep looking at other people that are building these institutions and complain about it when we don't want to come together to do our own shit. That's all I'm saying. And it's the same shit with the athletes. It don't matter what league you in. If you feel like the people that you work for are not representing you in the correct way, go find somebody else or make your own shit.
Again, but back to what I was saying with the athletes, I think that in basketball that is easier to accomplish than it is in football because of, number one, I think that, like I said, I think that basketball people have always been more singular entities. And also as more people you have to get on the same, like literally in basketball, you could get 25 people and start your own league. Literally 25 people in basketball and start your own league. If you took the best player off every single team in the NBA, you could start your own league with 25 people. Football is going to take a little bit more than that. That's why I would
love to see that all-star roster in football and see how many of those guys were black.
I mean, yeah, but even still, you still talking about what? That's 22 people. But
that include Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes and all of them too. That's what I'm saying. They are the best. They are the reason you tune in.
And listen to what I'm saying.
Brady old now.
And look. I think that in football, only one position really has that kind of value, and that's quarterback. In basketball, every position, every great player has the same value of a quarterback in basketball. And I think in football, the only person who is irreplaceable in football is the quarterback.
I disagree with that, but I feel you.
Who?
What do you mean, who?
Who got great? Like literally in football, for the most part, to me, I think everybody is replaceable besides the quarterback.
Quarterbacks are replaceable too.
I don't think a great quarterback is
Trubisky, is number 2, number 3 draft pick a couple years ago, already being replaced by somebody. You want to know also why he's replaceable?
Yeah, but look, he's not a great quarterback
because of their collective bargering agreement. But listen, he don't have a guaranteed contract.
Look at me. He's not a great quarterback. Great quarterbacks are the only thing that's irreplaceable to me in football. No, that's irreplaceable in football. Every other position is replaceable as shit. Great quarterbacks, irreplaceable. In basketball, any great player is irreplaceable.
Yeah, but all the best quarterbacks in the NFL now are black. That's my point.
Exactly. So again,
and actually, and even with that being said, even previously before, regardless of how many quote unquote black quarterbacks or whatever that we've had, we've always been saying forever that we can play quarterback, that we smart enough that we were being held back by the system of the NFL to be allowed to be able to play quarterback because we run and this game was not built to be this way or whatever. Like, it's been hella people that could have had the opportunity to play quarterback if it was a league in which you weren't looked down upon if you were an African-American and you were playing quarterback. So we don't know what we would have had we had our own shit. We don't know what we would have had. You take away the all-pro team in the NFL and take away all the black players off that, the NFL not the same. G, who the best white quarterbacks right now? Name them. Who actually, I'm sorry, not even white. Who the best non-black quarterbacks right now? Name them. You can't. Other than Tom Brady, and you're going to say Phillip Rivers. But Phillip Rivers was trash last year, and Tom Brady is washed. Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, he 40, headed to Washington.
Who
Eli Manning retired.
Who plays quarterback?
That's my whole point. All the guys you're going to name that's going to be the top guys are going to be black. So it's not going to be the same without us. So all I'm saying is don't just sit up here and tweet, guys. Just do something about it and stop just talking about it. It's time for us to stop just talking about it and be about it, because everybody say they listening now. Everybody in the world is like, yo, we hear you. We listen. We listening now. All these companies are like, yo, we listening now. So if you wanted to start that business, you want that investment, you want to work with that company that you never had the opportunity to work with, find somebody, email them and say, hey, I'm a black person. I'm starting my business. This is what I'm trying to do. I heard you guys are trying to do this. Can you help me out in some way? And if they can help you out, they help you out. Even if it ain't a company and it's just a person that you want some tutelage or some expert from or some expertise from that don't look like you, or if they look like you, reach out to them and ask them. Now is the time. It's not about waiting. Now is the time, because we don't know what's going to happen after November or what's going to happen in 2021, 2022, 2023. This whole country political system might be different in 10 years. We don't even fucking know. So all I'm saying is, if people going to listen, it's time for us to stop just sitting back and just being passive about it because it's $1 out there. Because if we really wanted to come together, we could all make money. And all of the dopest and the black motherfuckers that's making the most money then brought all they people with them, eventually made they point to the point where somebody was like, yo, I will give you X amount of millions of dollars to buy a piece of this thing. And that person's like, nah, you can't have the whole majority, but you can get a piece for 200 million, 500 million, et cetera. Or give me a piece of your et cetera, et cetera. That's how you build that shit up. It's a reason why Jordan's equity and Jordan's ownership in Nike and in Jordan is valuable. It's valuable because of the fact that he is one of the main owners of it. So therefore, he is one of the people that control the interest in the company. Therefore, he has the ability to hire the people that look like him, whether they be his friends or whether they be other people that don't look like him. But if he not in that position because he didn't want to take the chance to try to get there to build his own thing or to even be a part of somebody else's thing, we never gonna get there. But the only way we gonna get there is if we own a piece of some shit. And if we start building our own shit. And if we working with people that ain't working towards servicing us, find another way. Because everybody in this market and in this economy are gonna, for the most part, be somewhat broke or somewhat having to deal with some financial shit. So if it's enough people that band together that build something and you can find a common accord, which I'm sure we can, because we all get together, we go party, we hang out, we concert, we smoke, we laugh, we drink, we cry together, we go hang out at the park, we go to basketball games, we go to football games, all that stuff. You can't tell me we can't come together to make each other richer and make some money? Like we've been waiting, like it's been too long for us. It's been too long for us. When I know that there's hella black people that can craft tables and craft couches and craft pianos and keyboards and TVs and fucking make posters and make t-shirts and headphones and all of this shit. So it don't just gotta be about rap or sports or the art or entertainment. Tech is the shit. We finna be living in a virtual reality in the next 15 to 20 years if our country is able to continue at the pace at which we're doing it now. So if we're gonna be living on the internet in a few years, and they already trying to build technology that is built in where you can see shit in your eye, learn this shit. You can learn it on the internet. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And the only way we gonna ever get somewhere is if we all do that shit, dead ass. But we gotta stop using buts. Because no matter where you from, no matter who you are, you know a black man with an idea. I know you do. And if you don't know what a black man with an idea, I don't believe you. You're lying. Because most of the black people I know, some of the most creative motherfuckers I ever met in my life. Go in their house and look at the shit that's in the motherfucking cabinet that ain't really supposed to be some Tupperware or some silverware or or a storage container that they done repurposed and reused to make something else. That's ingenuity. That's engineering. You can take that. You can make that shit some money. So it's like we can all get together and get money. We can all get together and get money. We literally can. We just got to stop looking at each other like, yo, how I'm going to get 10 people to agree on the same thing. Easy. Get them all in the room. Let's talk. How y'all want to make some money? You got problems, right? You got this. You use the same sales tactics people been using on us for years. Literally, the man Donald Trump said, shit can't get no worse. What's wrong with voting for me? Joe Biden, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. You want to know why they can say that shit? Because where the fuck else you going to go? because we ain't built up our own shit enough. Me literally, I noticed like, damn, I got to start working on my shit and trying to like help other people get economic opportunities. I've been trying, but I ain't been trying enough. So even I can do better. Even I'm a victim to this mentality. So I'm working on myself. So it ain't just about one individual who, if you listen to this shit, you can do that shit too. We can all literally get money. Cause all y'all motherfuckers out there that's black or minority, I know you creative. I know you are. Cause y'all tweets be funny as hell. You don't just think of that shit without no creativity. Y'all some of the smartest, most comedic motherfuckers in the world. Let's figure out how it all gets, get together and make some money. That's literally what we got to do, because ain't nobody else going to do it for us. They really not. And when you read all them books on how to go and start your company, usually the first thing they say is go to family or friends and see if you can borrow $100, $200, $50, whatever you can borrow from them. So that way you can start to work on your business and you can start to build your business and tell those people. And if you need to, sell a piece of your company to those people in exchange for them giving you 20, 50, whatever you can to build up the equity you need to start.
Economic base.
Yeah, but still, even $5. Like, we've been able to see the world come together to donate millions of dollars to all of these victims of police brutality. We can come together as a community and take that $5, and I can send that $5 to Pavy. Like, yo, you need $5 to start your business. All right, what do you need? Like what are you working to build your business towards? You say, well, I want to do some T-shirts, but I'm trying to get to $1,000. But right now I got 20. All right, here's $5. Let me know what I can do to help, or at least give me a free T-shirt, and you can keep that $5. You can get 100 people to do that if you give them a free T-shirt or something like that. It might cost you, but guess what? You gonna have the money to build and start your base. I literally started TPJ TV on Shopify for free off trials. It made money before the trials even ended, for free. All of the shit that I needed to learn how to do, to use it, to code it, to build it, I had to Google it because I don't know coding and I'm not an engineer. But if you Google it and you see it, you'll find it. It's some guy on the internet explaining how to do it. That's all I'm saying. So I end off that rant, but like literally, yeah, you speaking up right now, athlete A, athlete B, but go build some shit too. Don't just speak up and don't build some shit. Go build your own shit. And if you need some help, call me, because I didn't work with them all. Literally, call me.
Hey.
Who will win the NBA title? Who do you think? Who do you got?
I don't even know, bro.
Who do you think? Come on, I know you got some hot takes.
I have no idea, because I don't know how people look. I don't even know what people. I mean, you gotta give me at least a game, because I don't even know what people. I don't know what people look like. I don't know who coming back in shape. I have zero idea. This is a year where I'm not making no opinions on who gonna win whatever right now until I at least see somebody play 2 games. I don't even know what people look like. What is they in shape? What the
we built this off hot takes. Give me a hot take. Come on.
I don't know.
Give me a fucking hot take. Come on, man. All right, that's a hot take. I'm fine with that. Cause get the fuck out of here. Know. But I'm fine. I don't know. You don't know? So who do you think? Okay, well, fine.
Who do I think?
Fine. No. Fine. I'll ask you a better question so that way you don't have to answer it. Because now you are a basketball historian now. Who do you think, based upon what we've seen so far and what your expectations, will have the best chance to win the 2020 NBA title? Pavy, talk to us.
I think the Bucks. I mean, like you said, Giannis is a physical specimen, so I believe in Giannis's ability to stay fit and work out through it all. Also, the Bucks were just on such a roll beforehand. I think the Lakers as well, because they just all seem to like each other, which I don't think you can ever discount a team just liking each other.
By the way, AD is definitely staying in LA. By the way,
yeah, I know.
I mean, this market shit.
I mean, yeah, but I knew that off top. Like, he was never going. It don't make sense to leave LA. Like, it just literally don't make sense. Why am I leaving LA? It makes no sense.
Legacy perspective, it did.
You can still do that in 3 years.
Yeah, but you boost your legacy immediately just by being a Laker, and then people already look at you on a different level of prestige, especially if they go far in this year. And let's just say he was to leave. We gonna look at that like, damn, that was a big monumental shift in the NBA.
Yeah, but it makes
I'm saying, I understand it. I understand it. I understand why he would, but I don't think that it makes any sense anymore. I used to be one of the people that was saying he's gonna do it. You're right. It don't make sense no more.
I think that when I don't think he should sign a long-term deal in LA. Personally, I think he should do somewhere when Bron contract ends, his contract ends. So when Bron got 2 years left, I think he should do like a two with a player option for the like third year or something like that. I don't think he should do a long-term deal. That don't make sense. But I don't think it makes sense to leave Los Angeles right now. Like, where you gonna go? Chicago? You can still go to Chicago. You mean to tell me he stay healthy in 4 years? They ain't gonna want him no more. Don't make no sense to me right now.
I mean, yeah, but also, yes, I agree. But also, if you're looking at it, it might not make sense to stay with this team because when you look at this team and how old this team is, it's not a young team. So
yes, but I think outside of LeBron James, I'm pretty sure everybody's contract is up by next year. For the most part.
but how you gonna get younger when you cap strapped?
You're not really cap strapped though. You still got room. If you don't,
That's not true.
No, literally, they would they would technically, if I'm not mistaken, because I read an article on this. If they wanted to sign Giannis like next year, they could sign Giannis next year. They just had to like get rid of everybody else, but they could sign Giannis next year.
So like then you're gonna be cap strapped. They're gonna be in the same situation as you would be if Kawhi would have joined.
If you had those three, I don't think it matters who else is on the team, bro.
I think it does.
That's my honest opinion.
I think it does.
That's my honest opinion.
They call it team basketball for a reason.
Yeah, but for one of those people would always be on the floor, and one of those people would always be on the floor. You don't know about
injuries, though. Injuries is something that you can never account for.
I mean, like, yes.
And LeBron will be 36 next year.
I mean, yes, obviously, yeah, barring injury, whatever. But the Lakers, because they all like each other. I think the Rockets, because I mean, Harden looks like he's in shape, and Russ, I don't doubt Russ's ability to stay in shape. And the way they play is kind of so fast, and they spread people out. And I think that they could, if they get hot, they could kind of just run through people. Now, if they play a team like the Bucks, I think that would stop. But they could get hot and just kind of run through people, in my opinion. Like if they just start shooting well and they get hot and Russ get on the road, what you gonna do? And then the Clippers, because they weren't healthy all year. So I think that even like Kawhi, I don't personally think he was the healthiest all year. I don't think PG was the healthiest all year. They were a team that was pretty banged up. So I think that the break, and I know Bomber said that Bomber sent them all like workout bikes. So I'm pretty sure that those guys are in shape. So I think that the Clippers, Rockets, Bucks, and Lakers probably have the best chance. And then honestly, a team like New Orleans, as long as Zion is in shape, as long as Zion is in shape, the fact that they just play really fast. And I think that young teams in this format are dangerous because I think that older guys, it takes you maybe a while to get your body back revving up. Younger guys, I think you can kind of just pick up and go. I think their team is pretty young. They play fast, and like as long as they stayed in shape. They also had injury problems too as well throughout this year, so those guys are healthy.
You think Zion got in better shape? I don't think so.
I hope he got in better shape, bro.
Look. I'm not gonna bet no money on it, but if I was a betting man, I would be willing to bet $1,000 that man not gonna come back in no better shape than he was when he left.
I hope that he got in better shape, bro. Like, there's no excuse for that. You are a professional athlete. You had 3 months off?
Yeah, in quarantine though.
See, you can't. First of all, let's be real. All of them was not sitting in the house for 3 months. I don't think they was doing that. 2, Zion Williamson can find him a private gym in New Orleans that they done disinfected or whatever where he can go work out in. You can't tell me he can't find no private gym and get somebody disinfected. Zion Williamson is the most important person in the history of New Orleans right now.
Can we name this episode Zion disinfected the gym?
We can name Zion disinfected the gym. You can't tell me Zion Williamson can't go disinfect a private gym and get a damn workout in. I'm not believing that. I'm not believing that.
Fucking hilarious. That's hilarious.
I'm not believing that. I'm sorry. He got too much damn money. He can go do that. If he come back and he not in better shape, that's completely inexcusable to me.
Yeah. I feel you. That's understandable. In terms of who do you think will come out of the East? Obviously, actually, who do you think will be the those final 2 teams? If you had to guess,
if I had to guess, I'm gonna go with the safe pick and say Lakers and Bucks. If I had to guess, and I think my wild card is the Rockets.
I'm going with Bucks Clippers. I'm not gonna go with Lakers Bucks. I think that every other team has had enough time to strategize for the Lakers and get healthy. And I think that the Lakers are actually gonna lose in the second round this year.
To who?
I don't know, but they're gonna lose to somebody in the second round this year. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's Dame and the Trailblazers in 6. I said that yesterday on Real Talk with TPJ or 2 days ago. But I think that the Blazers are going to sneak into the playoffs.
Blazers are a wild card.
I think the Blazers are going to sneak into the playoffs. And honestly, they might lose in the first round. because at this point in time, with the healthy Blazers team, they will have enough size to be able to compete with the Lakers. Nurkic will be back. Zach Collins will be back. You'll be able to go big. You'll be able to go small. You'll be able to. I mean, the only problem is they don't really have the shooters out there. But also with the Lakers, if I'm the Trailblazers, we can make the game grimy against the Lakers. And also the Lakers don't have anybody to defend.
They got the shooting, man.
Yeah, but that I mean, even better for them. But even better for them. Literally, even better for them. I'm glad you said that. Even better for them. But also, they don't have anybody to defend Damian Lillard. Actually, they don't have anybody to defend Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum.
I think the Lakers' two biggest worries. I think the Lakers' two biggest worries in the playoffs actually the Blazers and the Rockets, because again, with the Lakers, I just doubt their ability to defend on the perimeter. If you were a wing, I match up with you well. Doubt their ability to defend on the perimeter, and I think that if you don't have to go to the basket to score, I think you can have success against the Lakers. I mean, I even said during the season, I think a first round matchup with a healthy Blazers team would be horrible for the. I think Melo got one more moment. I'm sorry, I think he has one more moment. I think Melo, if he gets a matchup, I mean, because we don't know what's gonna happen past this year for Melo. But I think that if Melo gets a matchup with Braun one more time,
that's what we gotta name this. We gotta name this. Melo got one more moment, bro.
Melo got. I thoroughly believe Melo can outplay LeBron.
Melo had one wish. You remember the episode?
Yeah, that was a great episode, by the way. I thoroughly believe Melo got one more moment, and him knowing he get the matchup against Braun, I think that he can cancel out Braun for maybe a game or two, and I think he can outplay Braun for one game. That may sound crazy, but again, really, I think that Melo got one more moment, bro. I really do.
What?
I really do.
Melo can outplay Braun in the game. Tweet that. If you mean it, tweet it.
Yeah.
No, if you mean it, tweet it.
I'll tweet it once you get off.
Tweet it now. That's the rules. That's been the rules since we started. If you mean it, tweet that shit. Tweet what'd you say? In a playoff series of Lakers versus Blazers, I think Melo can outplay LeBron in at least one game. Because that's basically what you just said, right? Am I tripping? Am I misquoting you?
Nah, that's right.
Okay, all right, tweet that. That's the rule. If you mean it, tweet it, goddammit. Since episode whatever. Bro, we really did 200 of these shits. People always say, how do you do 200 of these? We just keep doing it.
I'm going to say, I personally believe Melo has one more moment left in him.
Why did you? No, that's not it, G. That's not what you did.
I literally said, I started off my sentence by saying, I think Melo has one more moment.
Yeah, G, but then you said he can outplay LeBron in the game.
That's his fucking moment.
So are you going to put that in the tweet too?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure it's still in the tweet. I just want to make sure it's in the tweet. We got to hold this man accountable for his words for these hot takes. Because when I said that Lonzo shit, you made me tweet that shit.
What you say?
When I said that Lonzo shit, I feel like you made me tweet that shit.
What, the Lonzo gonna win MVP?
Yeah, you made me tweet that shit.
Yeah, I made you tweet that shit because I was egregious. This is not that egregious.
This is egregious, G. Melo not outplaying Bron, G. How, G? No, did you tweet it? The people are waiting. They in the comments. They waiting. I see them. They laughing. They waiting. The people want to see it. Screenshot that shit. Put that shit up.
Yeah, I tweeted it. I don't even see how that's egregious.
All right.
Melo can't go out there and get you 30 in one game?
No.
Really?
No, G.
So you believe it's over with Melo?
Hold on, wait a minute.
So you think it's over with for my dog?
Now?
Yeah.
G, look. Some people call me the biggest LeBron hater.
Yeah, I think Melo could get him for one game for a whole series. No, for one game?
No.
One game, G?
No. You tweaking.
For a game? Yeah, he could.
No, G.
He could.
He gonna outplay Bron for a game.
Yeah.
No.
I think Melo got one more moment in him.
You do good, though.
Maybe this is just me growing up off Carmelo Anthony, so I still got faith in Carmelo Anthony, but I think Melo got one more moment left in him, bro.
G, this is
I
not
think Melo got one more moment, bro.
G, you wildin'.
I think Melo got one more moment.
You wildin'. You my dog, but you wildin' right now.
That's not a hot take to me.
G, that's a hot take, G. What?
That's not a hot take to me. I think Melo got one more moment.
In 2020?
I think he got one more moment. I do.
G, Melo got a better chance of making an all-star game next year.
I think Melo got in one game, bro. He can't outplay that man for one game, G. Bron can't go out there and get you and have a smooth 21-7 game and Melo go out there and get you like 28 points shooting 50% from the field and throw in 8 rebounds with it?
Nah, wait a minute. 21, 7, and what else? Can you give me another beer? Thank you. 21, 7, and what else?
21, 7, and like 5 boards and shoot like 43% from the field. And then Melo go out there and get you like 28, shooting 50% from the field and get you like 8 boards with it. He can't do that, G.
That's not a better game than what LeBron had.
What the fuck you mean?
Say that again.
He gave you 28 on 50% shooting.
Say them stats again.
If Bron got to give you 21, 7, and 5 on like 40 on like 42, 43% shooting, and Melo go out there and get you like 28 on 50% shooting with 8 boards, and the Blazers win.
Yeah, but what is LeBron giving me though?
I just told you what his numbers were.
No, bro. I'm sorry. No, G. No.
And if the Blazers go out there and win that basketball game, and let's say Melo makes some of the biggest shots down the stretch and hit one of the bitches over Bron.
That's a lot of ifs, G. That's a hot take.
That can't happen.
That's a hot take. I'm sorry, G.
You really think that's impossible?
That's gonna be the name of the episode. Melo go outplay LeBron in the playoff game. No, you're wild, G. I'm sorry.
How is that?
G.
That's not impossible to me.
This is not 2007, G.
Again, I said he got one more moment, G. He not gonna do it every day game, G. He got one more moment left in him, bro.
G, you my
That's
dog.
Gonna be a swan song,
G. You my dog, bro. I rock with you, bro. You know I love you personally, but no, G.
He got one more moment left, bro.
No, G. Yes, not against the Lakers.
He got one more. G, that's
he his can do that against the Pelicans.
No,
he can do that on Brandon Ingram.
No, G. That's his moment against Bron.
Bron not going, G.
Bron
not going, G.
No, look, G. Him and Bron, him and Bron been playing against each other for like 20 years, bro. All that who better shit gonna go out the window one game, and Melo gonna give him work. Melo got one more moment, G. One more moment left. That is a swan song. It is over with after then. But he got one more moment left in him, and I believe that in my heart.
G, that
Melo got one more moment left.
G, that man's swan song was like was years ago, bro. It's over. G.
Melo got one more moment, bro.
Melo don't got one more moment. Somebody said, Ty Savage said, that don't even sound right coming out his mouth. I get what he's saying, though. No, G. No, G.
Melo got one more moment, bro.
You got one more moment. No, look. You gonna get on the internet and you gonna be like, Melo, I played Bron. And I'm gonna be like, hey, man, hell no, G. Bron probably gonna have like Bron in that same game probably gonna have like 3 steals and a block. And he gonna have 7 more assists than Melo, and you gonna be sitting there. But Melo made the shot with like 2:35 left, G, and they wound up winning the game, G. It was like 2:35. Melo hit the shot, G. I'm be like, no, I'm not rocking with that.
I'm telling you, G. Melo got one more moment, bro. And I believe that in my heart.
He got one more moment. That's the hottest take. That's the hottest take you'd have had all show, G. That's the
it's not a hot take to me.
That's a hot take.
I don't understand why people think that's a hot take.
Because it's over for Melo, G.
He got one more moment, bro. He got one more moment,
How
G.
many Hoops and Brews episodes have you named from saying something about Melo, G? How many? And I'm not even talking about me. I'm not talking about me. How many Hoops and Brews episodes have you named? Mr. Melo, that's not going in, Melo. You said that. I didn't say that. Don't be mad at me. You said that.
I think Melo got one more moment.
I didn't say that. You did.
I think he got one more moment. I do.
You wild.
Call me what you want to call me. I think he got one more moment.
I ain't calling you nothing. I'm just saying you're wilding. You're tripping.
He got one more moment, bro.
All right. Last topic of the show. Who wins NBA MVP? And also, we need to get back to doing our top 50, but let's do that. No, let's do it now, because literally, I saw earlier this week.
No, ESPN I'm just saying, released, no. What I was gonna say was, can people stop asking me that question? The answer is Giannis. B. I don't want to be asked a question no more. It's Giannis. It's not gonna be unanimous, because I think that I don't need
to be unanimous. It shouldn't be unanimous. Not
anymore. No, it should have been before Bron went on the last month and the Bucks lost a couple games. It should have been unanimous.
Giannis got hurt. That's why they lost a couple games, though. But
whatever. Still, that's part of it. You don't play every game. You can't win unanimous MVP. Didn't Steph play every game when he won unanimous MVP, or like damn every game?
No. He played.
How many games?
Huh?
How many games did Steph miss that season?
I think he missed he had to miss like 8 to 10.
During the season?
Yeah.
Hell no, he ain't missed 8 to 10 games that season, bro.
I guarantee you he didn't play more than 72 games in that season.
Hell no.
I guarantee you. Let's look it up. Hold on. What year was the unanimous? In 2015?
No, he played 79 games, bro.
Okay, he did. Oh, okay. Never mind that.
Hey.
Never mind that.
Never mind that. I'm like, hell no, they ain't go 73.
I didn't know he played 79 games. Never mind
hell
that.
Never mind. You thought they went 73 and now this man missing 10 games?
Did you not see them? I watched
10 games, G.
Literally, you can't tell me nothing about that team. I watched at least 70 of them games.
Some of the worst
live.
basketball I've ever seen in my life.
Some of the greatest basketball to ever be. Hey, if you really want to learn something about the NBA, go back and rewatch all them Warriors unanimous season game by game. And notice the brilliance of Steph Curry. You love going back and watching the 70s. Go back and watch that old Warriors team and tell me
I'm not going to be able to do it right now. I'm not going to be able to do it right now. I'm not going to be able to do it right now. I may be able to do it in like 20 years. You know, when I have children and I'm going to force them to watch old basketball games, maybe in 20 years I can do it. I can't do it right now because I can't appreciate it right now.
Okay. Me personally, I think Giannis deserves the MVP. I agree with you. I don't ever think that he should have been a unanimous MVP, to be honest.
No, he should have been unanimous for a while.
I don't think that LeBron should come in second for MVP voting. I think that it should be a tie between LeBron and Anthony Davis for for second in MVP voting.
Definitely gonna be LeBron James.
I know it is because everybody loves LeBron, but I've been saying all year, and I mean it. And the stats and the numbers across the board prove it. Anthony Davis this year has been a better player than LeBron. Don't believe it? I got a 2-for-1. Go back, research it. Where I literally broke down every single statistical category, and only one LeBron was really beating AD in was assists. So I personally think that they both need to share in that number 2. I do think Giannis is number 1. Who's number 3? I don't really care. I think that it'll be very, very interesting. I think Dame should get some votes if the Blazers happen to make it to the playoffs. But other than that, I think that is Giannis, man. I think, and also I saw that all those ESPN, reporters were voting Giannis Defensive Player of the Year. So LeBron might win. Giannis might win MVP and Defensive Player of the Year this year, which would be an insane year for him.
Good for him.
But this is the thing with Giannis. Just win his ring. If Giannis wins this ring, he immediately moves to top 20 all time. Because there will never be another player that can say that they were as big as he was, doing all the shit that he was doing at this.
Don't say never. Don't say never. Don't say never.
MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and a championship.
Don't say never.
And he probably gonna get Finals MVP.
Don't say never.
Who did that?
Hakeem.
MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP. Okay, Hakeem. All right. Okay. Still, think about that. He's a top 10 player, arguable top 10 player all time. Most people got him top 10. I'm pretty sure I did, or I have him somewhere in there. So immediately, Giannis moves to top 20 all-time, top 15 all-time with 2 MVPs. He'll have a Defensive Player of the Year under his belt. He'll be All-NBA again, and he'll have a ring. His career is off to an amazing start. So that's how I feel about that. But we didn't, obviously we didn't took a long time talking today, but we ain't had a Hoops and Brews in how long? 10 days, 12 days, whatever. So
something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So we owed y'all, all the fans, that, man. Thank y'all for watching Hoops and Brews and subscribing. Please make sure you subscribe this video. As always, on Hoops and Brews, we drink beer and we talk basketball. I was definitely drinking beer today. I don't know if Pavy was.
No, I actually didn't drink anything today, actually.
Yeah, but as always, make sure you subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/HMB. Subscribe and like to this video as well. As always, this your boy TPJ.
By the way, I don't think people disagree with me, by the way.
About what?
My Melo tweet.
I do.
I don't think anybody my age disagrees with me.
I think that with you, G.
I think that anybody who disagrees with me is younger.
I'm not rocking with that, G.
Melo got one more moment, G.
I'm not rocking with that.
Melo got one more moment.
I'm not rocking with that, G.
Melo got one more, bro.
Look.
He got one more in him, G. I believe that in my heart. Melo got one more moment, bro. He got one more moment left, bro. One more, G. He got one more moment, bro. And it comes against the Lakers and LeBron James in Staples Center in a pivotal Game 6.
I'm not rocking with that, fam.
He got one more moment, bro.
I'm not rocking with that.
One more.
I'm not rocking with that, G. I'm not rocking with that.
He gonna get Bron in the high post ISO and take it back to 06.
And I just want to say this. Just because Dan agreed with you don't mean everybody else agree with you, G.
Dan didn't agree with me.
What did he say? Hold on, let me see. You seen Bron hoop in the last few games against the Bucks and the Clippers. Dan is hilarious, man. Dan is absolutely hilarious. I can't wait to be Dan kid. Because now I'm finna be a dad. But, our kids going to be within 6 months of each other, probably 3 months of each other. I can't wait to pull up on Dan and I got my kid, he got his kid. I know his kid going to be hilarious. His daughter going to be funny as hell, man. Anyway,
he having a daughter?
Yeah, he having a daughter. I actually find out what sex my kid is next week, so that'll be interesting.
Congratulations.
But anyway.
What are you hoping for?
A girl.
You're hoping for a girl?
Yeah, I grew up around boys. I'm sick of them motherfuckers.
Fair.
I'm sick of them, and honestly, I need some more female energy around. You know what I mean?
You do got 4 brothers.
I got 4 brothers. Most of my cousins are female. I got 3. Yeah, most of my cousins are female for the most part. And I'm the oldest of 4, so I really would love to be able to just raise a young lady, and really like help her become a strong, powerful woman, and help her to like build some stuff. If I have a son, obviously I'm gonna be mad happy if I have a son, obviously, because it's gonna be my son, and that's gonna, I'm gonna try to get him to the league, because his mama used to be cold as hell at hoops, and his granddaddy. Actually, both his granddaddies. My dad was the captain on Simeon, and her dad played like some kind of league ball through the U.S. or whatever when he was in the military. So I'm trying to get my son to the league. I'm trying to turn my daughter into a CEO or whatever she want to be. So I honestly want a daughter, but I really don't care. I just want, I know people say they just want a healthy kid. I know that might sound mad cliche, but once you actually get to the point where you really about to have a kid, you really just want your kid to be healthy.
Respectable.
Especially with all this shit going on, man. Because you go through so much during this pregnancy process, whether you a male or the woman that's bearing a child, and I had to go through all of that, and and then obviously your kid is not healthy or something like that. It's heartbreaking. So I feel for all the parents out there that got to deal with stuff like that. So I just want my kid to be healthy, but I can't wait for my kid to meet everybody else's kid. But also everybody think I'm gonna be mean to my kid. Watch, everybody gonna be mad. Me and my son, we gonna be on HoopsNBrews arguing. He'll be like, "Shut your ass up, daddy. I'm not finna come in there and whoop your ass." like HaHa Davis be arguing with himself when he playing Pops.
Yeah, he playing Pops.
You going to loot? They gonna shoot. All right, man. Go ahead and get your plug in, G. Talk to the people. Let them know.
As always, man, follow me on Twitter at Pavy World, Pavy World, all one word. Pavers.com. If y'all want to go check out some of my music, Pavers.com.
Yeah, man. Go check out Pavers.com. Obviously, it's a lot of stuff going on in the world. I've been planning on dropping my debut album on my 30th birthday for pretty much forever, since I first planned on that. But I'm still going to drop that. So June 17th, be on the lookout for that. SPKR. Search me on Apple Music and go listen to that Hot Fire. Also, you can hear that Max Contract song featuring myself and the homie Pavy, which is the official theme song for Hoops and Brews. Pavy, any final words?
Melo got one more moment.
Melo got one more wish. But anyways, folks, we'll get up with you all later. Thanks for tuning in to Hoops and Brews. Hopefully you all enjoy the conversations. And if you black out there, go find another black man. Let's make some shit. Let's create some shit. We can do it ourselves. All right, until next time, it's been your boy TPJ and Pavy. We will see you all. Love you guys. Be safe. Stay healthy. Until next time, peace out. In a mass contract. Pulling up, we walking in the back.